Got everybody in the building. Let's get these likes locked off rapid. Over 400 people in here right now. Let's get these likes up to at least. Let's get 200 likes rapid in it. Smash this like button.
On the rest. Big Steez on tonight, man. You get me?
Oh, come on. What are you saying,
bro?
What you saying, man? I feel like you've not. I feel like you've not been on for time. Have you been on?
I know. It's just been a bit of bad timing, innit? Like you've been shouting me. I've been doing madnesses in Wales and whatnot. But you pulled me out of retirement tonight, though. It's good to be back. Good to be on, bro. Big up, innit? Big up to everyone, man.
Yeah, man. Big up. Smash these likes up, guys, if you've not done so already. Tonight we're gonna. Cause I've not really spoke to Steve for a bit, man. Like I say, it's been off grid. It's been off grid, so we'll get a little bit of we'll have a bit of a chat here about the transfers, and then we'll speak about Morgan Gibbs-White as well, because I don't know, man. I feel like City might have moved on from that as well. And then at 9:30, the Flamengo team should be out, and if Wesley's playing, I'm going to do a watch along at 10:30 of Flamengo. Get on this Wesley watching it, you know what I mean? See what this guy's saying, just in case he turns out to be our right back. I want to know if he's decent or not. But what you saying, bro? You good, yeah?
Yeah, bless, man. Like I say, you got me in a decent time as well, bro, because there's a bit of shit going down right now, isn't it, bro, in terms of Man City, you know? I've been getting a little bit frustrated, to be honest with you, bro, like in the last week and two and that. But, it's starting to slowly now heat up a little bit, isn't it? So talk about a few things, man, a few potential transfers, how it's going to look, what it's going to mean to our side, and the season going in, innit?
What do you rate this Cherki, bro? Do you rate him?
Bro, I've rated him for a minute, yeah. Obviously, I watched him against United, and I've watched him in like here and there as well. But in terms of a full 90-minute game, obviously I watched the United games, and for me, in my opinion, this is before we had legitimate links with him as well, yeah. So I had no reason to glaze him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was watching him now, then I might have a bit more of a opinionated, like biased view on him, because he's probably likely going to be a Man City player. But back then, it wasn't that heavily linked, you know. There was a bit of talk there about him, so I thought I'd watch him, you know, and I was going to watch the game anyway, so I kept an eye on him. And for me, best player in the pitch, 100%, bro.
I agree. I was pretty impressed with him in that United game. That goal he scored, by the way, like, you know how like he just managed to generate, because on that goal that he scored, he was on his left foot, right? The ball's like kind of stuck under his feet. And usually, like, players struggle to get like power, like a bit of backlift on like your shot, you know what I mean, to pull your foot back and then whack the power. But he managed to generate so much power. I'm not sure exactly how he did that. But then he had that other little run, didn't he, when he had the ball. I think this was at Old Trafford. He got the ball on the right and he drove in field, took it past like 2 or 3 players. And in the end, it was not the best shot in the world, but yeah, it was quite impressive, man. And like, I agree. Like when I remember watching that game, like I had no reason to glaze the performance, because we weren't linked with him at that point. We thought we was getting converts. But yeah, man, I think that's going to be a good signing, bro. And like the price, mate, like City are doing a madness on this. It looks like it's doing about 35 million quid, which is cheap these days, isn't it?
This is the key thing, bro. So in terms of his performance, his goal was a bit of an icing on the cake. What I liked is his touches, bro. His movement, you know, his willingness to seek the ball. What he did with the ball as well, his touches were so clean. You know, he looked like such a refined player. He didn't look 20, 21, whatever the hell he is. He looked like a really matured player, bro. He looked like he's running that team, you know what I'm saying? Running the game for Leon, you know? So that was the main takeaway for me. And his goal was just an icing on the cake, bro. And, you know, you look at his stats, he's getting GA, which is obviously something that we're lacking, bro. So, you know, that's just an icing on the cake. But his overall play was what stood out for me, bro. His touches, passing, all of these things. I'm saying.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a baller, man. Like, and it sounds like it's pretty much done deal, to be honest with you. Like that Ooze. Do you follow that Ooze guy on Twitter?
I probably, yeah.
The French Don.
Nah, not off the top of my head, no. What's he saying anyway?
I don't know how, but I think he's ITK in it. I think he's like legit ITK, because like when he actually tweets, he tweets like legit shit. This guy, you know him? This guy here, bro.
I think I've seen him retweeted it from a few people, and I don't follow him though.
Yeah. He's been tweeting, and I think he's saying that it's pretty much done. And then Fabrizio earlier on said like it's pretty much done as well.
Yeah.
Because
that's the key thing, man. I look out for man like Fabrizio. When they talk, I listen, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bit wary on Twitter. Big up a few of them guys on there, though. You know, I like to get involved with any bits of news I can get. It's a bit of dopamine, innit, when you see a bit of news. But bro, this fee, yeah. So words, I was invested in it. That's who I wanted, and I didn't want nothing less. You know what I'm saying? And then when we pulled out of that LB, I was fucking pissed off, bro. And then especially when I see he's going to Liverpool as well, I really wasn't happy. And I was starting to think that my club was losing seriousness. I'm starting to lose a little bit of faith in my club. But then I start to see the bigger picture, you know. And I'm on the side now, whereas I think it's a good bit of business doing what they've done there, pulling out of there and getting Cherki in. Which
do you actually think though they did that though, bro? Because I still don't think they did. I think we just got rejected.
I know I've heard you. I listened to
but the thing is, yeah, like, bro, it might turn out to be a blessing in disguise. Like we might be here. We might go, yo, this is actually a pretty decent thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, but I don't believe we pulled out for the money. I think we just got rejected.
I think Pierre's right there. I think it's a bit of both, LB. But for me, I'm a believer with Declan Rice. When we was in with Declan Rice, I was a believer that we pulled out of that because of finances. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? So I don't know if I backed the club a little bit too much, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you might be turning into a happy clapper, bro. I can't lie.
No, I back the club, bro. I back the club in it. You know, if the club want to put some PR spin on it, I'm buying it. You know, so it is, man.
Nah, big up Craig as well. So I told chat on Thursday, deal for Riders complete. Final negotiations, add-on terms, 55 mil plus 4.8 mil add-ons deal complete. Nice, bro. That's good news if it's true. Sounds like it is.
The guy in the chat there is right, bro. We don't overpay. City don't overpay for players, bro. I believe in that. And at the end of the day, bro, Cherki, Reinders, I'm taking them two for the price over a Cherki on his own. You know what I'm saying by that, bro?
Wirtz on his own.
Over Wirtz on his own, 100%.
Yeah.
Reinders is the big one for me because that number 8 position is the one that's been screaming for someone, hasn't it?
Yeah, bro, 100%, man, 100%. And that's another good deal, bro. You know what I mean? And the thing is now, with Cherki's, what type of pressure you think this guy's coming in under yet? Because like fee-wise, he's coming in with like no pressure. 35 mil. That's less than Nunes. It's less than Phillips. It's less than bare players here. But at the same time, he's also kind of replacing KDB. Like I wouldn't say he's a like-for-like replacement, but obviously KDB goes and he's the creator that's coming in. Like, you reckon there's going to be a lot of pressure? But the guy's only 21 as well. You reckon the guy's got like pressure on him, or do you reckon? Like, what do you say? What do you reckon?
I think you make a great point with his fee. I think immediately that takes a weight off a man's shoulders. You're coming in for pennies, you know. Yeah. So that's one weight off his shoulder. And secondly, bro, he doesn't strike me as that kind of guy that gets pressurized. He strikes me as a kind of guy that's got a bit of arrogance about him, but a nice bit of it, you know. The bit of arrogance required at the top level, LB. The arrogance required to come to a top club like Man City and fight for trophies. That's what he strikes me as, bro. That type of guy, you know. Have you seen his attitude, bro? He's all around the pitch. You see what he did to them United fans? Yeah. When he did that, you know, that gesture.
I've seen it. I've seen a quote. So fucking hell, man. I need to start bookmarking things on Twitter. But I seen before the game, he did a press conference before the United game, and he said, like, we are going to United to win. Like, we ain't going to be scared of them. I'm going there and I'm going to try and like win this game. Like, and that's what we need as well, because again, like, you know, it's a bit different than that, but something that we really need to improve on, next year, bro, is our Big Six record, isn't it? Because we've won in the last 2 years 5 games against the Big Six. That's so bad, you know. That's actually really, really bad. Like, it's kind of gone a bit like unspoken about in like the City online community and on all that kind of. You don't really see people talking about it that much on Twitter and that. That's really bad. And that's something that we need to do, because we used to have a pretty solid record against it. Like, we used to batter Arsenal home and away, United dusting them off, you know, Chelsea dusting them off. You know, like, it was pretty much Spurs were the only ones that we couldn't beat, man. But like, our record over the last 2 years has been bad. And obviously, if that's bad, you're probably not going to do well in the Champions League. And lo and behold, fucking hell, we scraped our way into the playoff round and then got beat off Real Madrid. So we really need to be beating better teams. Like, even if you look at January, since January, the only teams that we got beat off was Arsenal, Liverpool, Forest, Real Madrid. But they were all teams that were above us at the time. Forest was above us at the time, yeah. So like, we was beating everyone below us, but the teams above us, we were struggling to beat. So for me, like, it shows me that the club is still at a decent level, but it's struggling to beat those elite teams in the Premier and in Europe, man. So yeah, I think Cherki can come in. He strikes me as the type of guy as well, bro, that just doesn't give a shit in that sort of, not like in an attitude way, but just sort of like what do you mean I'm going to the Burnabout? Like, I'll turn up there and do my thing. Like, I ain't going to worry me. You know, like some players step on a football pitch, bro, yeah, and they're like, shit, like, oh my God, nervous, like, give the ball away. Like, the atmosphere gets to him. I feel like Cherki's just like, just walks on the pitch and is like, give me the fucking ball, man. Do you know what I mean?
I've seen that with my own eyes, LB. I think this level of arrogance is required to be the top player. This is the difference in training, LB. Yeah, everybody's a baller. Yeah, it's when you get on that pitch in front of the fans, when you wear that shirt. You know what I mean? When you put that shirt on, bro, is the weight gonna get on your shoulders? Is it gonna be heavy, or are you gonna be able to get your chest out? This is the difference between elite ballers and an average Joe in the top game, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he strikes me that stuff he has. What you said about you know, like the record with the big six and things like this. You're right, man. I remember it only seems like a few years ago when we used to play big teams. I used to chalk them off as wins. Last season before that, you know, you got Liverpool. You're chalking it off as an L, aren't you? And this is a new thing for us, really. Because, you know, I don't know what's going on there. You know, I can't even explain it either. Because we used to slip up against small teams, but you know what I mean. Now it's the big teams. Now it's a bit of everyone, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, it's, I don't know why that. I actually don't know. I don't know if chat knows. Like, what's the actual reason for that big six record has deteriorated in the last couple of years? I don't really know, to be honest with you. Like, if I go back to the 2023 year, right? So the treble year.
Yeah.
Let me have a look at our record against the Big Six, right? So
this is a freak year, bro. You know, it's very.
Yeah, it is. But our Big Six record last year wasn't good either. So if I go back to the treble year, yeah, United win, Liverpool loss, Chelsea win, Liverpool win, Chelsea win, United loss, Spurs win, Arsenal win, and then Liverpool win. We also beat Bayern Munich in that as well, by the way. Arsenal win again. What else we got? Chelsea win again. United win. Right, so like we won in the treble year, right? We won more games against the Big Six than we have in the last 2 years combined.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's
again, bro. You know that treble year it's silly, isn't it, to even compare with? I know, like you say, that's what you want to be in it, but fucking hell, bro. Like there's only you know what I mean. You're never gonna get another treble winning side in England. I don't think, mate. So it's all well and good looking on that, but you can't compare it, bro. It's fucking hell. It's never gonna happen again, man. You get me? It's crazy, but, bro.
Again, I think Cherki's gonna. Where do you think he's gonna play, bro? I think he's gonna play off the right, me. I don't think he's gonna be a proper 10, me. I think he's gonna be playing off the right. I'm pretty confident we ain't playing with wingers next year. I think Doku and Savio ain't gonna play that much, man. I'm putting it out there, man. I genuinely think, that we're playing with inverted wingers, which will be Marmoush and Cherki. I think, and we'll come on to the Gibbs-White in a minute. I think Foden's going to play through the middle, so you better hope that he gets back on it, otherwise we could be screwed. Tijani Reinders, Rodri in behind, and then we'll either play two attacking fullbacks and have two at the back, or we'll play one attacking fullback, three at the back, and then one of the wingers, probably Cherki, will just hold width a little bit more, or he'll just drop Cherki and that's a particular game and play a winger man. But yeah, what you saying, bro? Where do you reckon he's gonna play?
Yeah, I think you're probably right, but like that position you're talking about, it's inverted, isn't it? So it's not like a touchline winger. So in terms of you only have to look at the recent couple of months. The system that's been getting us success has been that kind of inverted system without the touchline wingers, which are the guys that I love, as you know. But it's when we've gone away from that, it's when we've had success. Pep's got to look at that surely. And he has to know going into next season that's probably going to be the system for us, bro. So I think you're probably right. I think he's going to be coming off that right-hand side. But again, not on the touchline, no. It's a big difference, but it's two different positions, isn't it? When you're a touchline winger and when you're an inverted winger like that, it's two different positions, bro. So I think you're going to be looking at that. I have to look at the things online, though. Everywhere online's been saying that we're looking at him as a number 10, innit?
I know, but then, like, bro... Well, I just don't see it, man. I think they're wrong. I think they're wrong with me. I genuinely think they're... Yeah, let me show you his heat map here, yeah? Check this heat map out.
You see, man.
How do I get this up on screen now? One sec. This thing's been playing up all day, man. Where is it? Well, I can't make it small because when I do, it just disappears. But look at the one sec, chat. Get rid of this off the screen. Look at his heat map here on the right. You see it?
Wow.
So he does play mainly off the. I mean, obviously, yeah, he goes in. Of course, there's going to be fucking dots on the left. Of course, there's going to be dots in the middle. But like, I think we can all agree that the heat map is mainly off the right. And I know all the journalists keep on saying he's the 10. He's the 10. I don't think he is. I think he's going to be playing off the
information
right.
from, innit, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's quite clear. That evidence right there that you're showing. You know, is quite wide. And there's a lot on the left, though. I'm not seeing a lot in the middle. I'm seeing the left or right. You know, I remember when I watched him against United, bro. Yeah, he spent time in the central area, and then I seen him on the right, and I did prefer him in that central area, even just off that small sample size. But I still liked what I seen of him on the right. He looks like a guy that don't rely on that pace because he's so technically good on the ball, dribbling and things like this, bro. So I think with him as well, he's another guy. You can trust him there. Bit like a Mahrez style, you know, where he doesn't rely on, you know, pace and power, bro. I respect that.
Well, if you're a proper techie baller, bro, you can kind of get away with just playing anywhere. You don't.
Anywhere,
this is the thing, like you don't need pace to play on the wing if you've got the tech. Yeah, but if you ain't got
it's just a skill, innit? You've either got it or you don't. And when people have a lot of pace, they tend to rely on it. You know, you look at Savio and Doku. I'm not delusional. The pace is the number one thing in it, really. Beating a player, knocking it past the player, and going from there. But you know, if you can do other things like David Silva used to do, you know, I know we're talking night and day here, but you know, what do you prefer? Who's a better player? The better player is always going to be the guy who's better technically on the ball.
I agree.
Always.
Technical ability always outs. Always.
Physicality.
Outs. Yeah, well, physicality can do, yeah, but you need to be able to be technically.
I'm saying, bro, the technical skills is always outweighs the physicality skills.
Oh, yeah, of course it does. It does, man. Do you know what I mean? And that's why you got fucking Barcelona. Do you know what I mean? That fucking Barcelona team wasn't that physical, was it? With fucking
they didn't have none of that, innit, bro? They didn't have none of that.
They didn't have it, but they mastered. What they did is they absolutely mastered the technical aspect of the game. And then you had like the Messi, the David Villas, even Pedro, you know what I mean? Technical ballers. Yeah. Some of the most technical players. I mean, David Villa is one of the most technically like gifted and technical strikers we've ever seen.
I think he's one of the most underrated players of all time as well.
He's got to be up there, yeah. But he was so technical. And that was the thing with that team, just fucking just destroyed you. I mean, I remember that final between United and Barcelona at Wembley.
Yeah.
And it was just like United couldn't get near him.
Do you know what, bro?
United were a good side, bro, but United couldn't get near him because Barcelona just kept the ball. So technical ability for me always, you know, does it. And you can have the pace and you can have the strength. But if you don't have the technical ability or the brain, I feel like you can only go so far.
You can only go so far, bro. Yeah. Listen, what you said there as well is funny enough you say that, yeah. I was listening to Thierry Henry the other day, innit, and he mentioned, you know, in that final against United, he had one leg, you know. His hamstring was done. So, but what he said was, he knew during that game he did not need to sprint once because he had the formation, the tactics, the players around him, where he knew it's one touch and go. So that won in that game. You know, United couldn't get near him. And this is Thierry Henry we're talking about here. You know, he's a guy who was at Arsenal and he was known for blitzing players. And he went into that final with one leg because his hamstring was done. And he knew, bro, that he could rely on that system to beat that team, bro. Yeah, and that's what he did.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I probably should watch that full. I've not watched the full interview. I've only seen the clips. I've been
watching CBS, innit? CBS, man. That's
yeah. Nah, he speaks facts, man. Yeah, that was a good game. That was the one they played. They played Tory at centre back in that game, didn't they?
Yeah.
There was. But they were just mad. You know what I mean? And no, but I'm liking the way City are moving in this market. I've always said I'm not going to glaze it. I would rather have adverts. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
The
serious in the secondary option, innit? They're doing things with intent. Like they didn't get the main target, and it's not like the panic buying. It's like, okay, they are getting probably the next best thing, bro, for such a mad price, man.
100%, and it's like I'm a little bit like that. That's why I'm probably not crashing out because Cherki's a baller, man. He's a baller. I just feel that like Wirtz is a little bit more, maybe more ready, or it feels more ready. I feel like Cherki might need a little bit of work or whatever, but I don't know, man. I'm only going off what I've read and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, at the end of the day, Wirtz has won a Premier League, not Premier League. He's won a Bundesliga. You know what I mean?
He just got the player of the year in it. You got to respect that, bro. You've watched him play for Germany, and you've watched him be Germany's best player. You've got to respect that. Cherki's obviously he's not really broke into that French national team yet, has he?
No, he's never. He's not even been capped yet. He has been selected for the squad.
Yeah,
for the first time ever.
There is things there, bro, that you look at, and you've got to give Wirtz the credit, man. You know, I see a lot of shameless City fans out there. You know, big up Hamza, man. He's the best one for it. You know, he's talking a lot of shit about Florian Wirtz, man. That's not my style, bro. You know what I mean? I can't hate on this guy. I wanted him as much as anyone in it. You know what I mean? And I was, like I say, I was pissed off when it didn't happen. But I'm not gonna be shameless, bro. He's a top player. I've seen him watching for Germany, best player. He's just won Bundesliga Player of the Year, just like KDB did.
Yeah.
And by the way, big up to Zani Reinders, because that's the Serie A midfielder of the year as well, which I love to see, man.
We need to be buying these sort of players, man. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we're getting back to what we used to be doing. Like we bought Marmoush. Yeah. Marmoush to me feels like Mahrez style signing. Not in terms of like player. I'm not saying like he's the stylistically or whatever. But we went to Leicester. Yeah. A team, obviously, respect that they won the Premier and that, but obviously a team that ain't like a massive team or constantly challenging for titles. And we went to Leicester and we got one of their, if not their best player at the time, in Riyad Mahrez. We've gone to Frankfurt, big team in Germany, no doubt about that, but obviously not a team that's constantly competing for titles. And we've gone and got their best player and a good player. It's not like we're going like in Wolves and getting Nunes, who might be one of their best players. Like we're going and getting like a legit baller.
Facts.
And now we're going getting Tijani Reinders, midfielder of the year in Serie A. We're going getting Cherki. It was like, it's a little bit different, into what we've maybe bought before, like really young player, but really promising. But obviously a player that's doing it right now because he's got 34 GA this year alone.
Mad numbers.
I feel like we're getting back to what we were doing, man. You know what I mean? And I feel to myself, I'm excited for next season, me, bro.
Yeah, man.
Because I'm looking at the team. I'm looking at the way we finished in terms of like January to the end of the season. We're the second best team in the Premier League on points gained. And I'm
under the radar, that, ain't it, bro?
It has. And people will say, oh, well, Liverpool was on the beach, Arsenal was on the beach. Ignore that. It's irrelevant. The point is, we're not a million miles away. We're in the pack. And then you had a Rodri in there. You had a Foden in there. You had a Cherki in there. Yeah. You had a Tijani Reinders in there. You had
maybe a left back.
Yeah, maybe a left back in Aït-Nouri, maybe a right back in Livramento, and you're telling me that I can't sit here and think, oh, we'll be in the mix next year. Of course, we'll be in the mix next year.
Fight for that.
Of course, we will.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like Champions League's different gravy, mate. I like, to be honest with you, I ain't really got chest.
I'm not looking at that right now, bro. That's secondary for me. I want to get this league back. My bread and butter, and then if the Champions League we end up in a nice position, I take it from there. But Champions League is a different ball game, isn't it, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different animal. You have to be ready as a team, bro. Everybody's got to be on point if you want to compete in that Champions League.
You have to be locked in and dialed in, innit?
Locked in, man. All over, though. But you can't have no messing about Champions League. So let's just try and get that league form sorted. Maintain that. What you said was spot on, bro, yeah. Riyad Mahrez. That's a guy that was Premier League Player of the Year. This is what I look at. Tijani Reinders now. Midfielder of the Year in Serie A, which, by the way, he's competed against the likes of Barella. Serious player, if you ask me.
Serious player.
I like Barella, yeah. My man's got a better season than him in a Serie A, and we're getting him. You know what I mean? And you have to. Where does this come from, bro? This comes from that man who's just released the interview.
Karl
Dune.
The Dune.
The Don.
Have you watched the interview?
I watched it.
Bro, this guy just died, bro. I love listening to this guy speak, man. Like, I can't lie. I think this is so funny, mate. It's like this guy has such high standards, isn't it? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's tremendous, isn't it? I'm so grateful for it, bro.
It's a mad, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He'd be called entitled on Twitter by some of our fans, the way he speaks. Like, real talk, man. Like, honestly, the guy's crazy. But you know what else I like about this? And we will come on to Gibbs-White. I'll come to Super Chats in a minute as well, yeah?
Yeah, man.
You know what I like about this year, is these players that we're buying, right?
Yeah.
Tijani Reinders, this season, all comps, 15 goals, 5 assists. Yeah. Ryan Cherki.
15 goals.
15 goals, 5 assists for Tijani Reinders. Yeah. Cherki, this season, 12 goals, 20 assists. So if I just like replace, yeah. Like, and again, this ain't hating on our current players.
No hate, brother.
It's just
no
comparing.
Hate.
It's just comparing. That's all I'm doing, yeah. This year, Kovacic, 7 goals, 3 assists, which actually is very good.
That's his best season ever.
That's his best season ever, so it's probably an anomaly, yeah. But shout out, that's actually pretty decent. Respect to him in that, yeah. He's played some serious minutes, so 10 GA, so 20 less than Tijani Reinders. Ilkay Gundogan,
Crazy.
yeah, he got 10 as well. So again, half of what
only one Premier League goal, by the way.
Yeah, only one. Yeah, facts. Yeah, he got 3 goals, 7 assists. So yeah, really lacking in the actual goal scoring department. And then Bernardo Silva got 9.
It's not good enough, bro. You know, and again, I have to stress, it's no hate to these guys. I love these guys, LB, but I love my club more, and my eyes don't lie to me. You know, I see what I need in it. You know what I need? I need a new midfield, bro. That's what I need, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? And that's what we're in for, innit? Mm-hmm. And again, I have to thank Khaldoon. You know, and I see Lee Gunner on Twitter. He reshared a post about Khaldoon, and he was just like, just listen to this guy, man. You know, standards, all the buzzwords, bro. That's what Khaldoon is. And, you know, he wants to get that back, bro. He kept repeating it throughout the whole interview. He wants to get it back. He wants to get it back.
I've been telling people for longest, Steve. Khaldoon, yeah, bro. This is why I was so confident in January that we was going to spend dough, bro, and like this summer as well. Like, people think this Khaldoon's just going to be sitting there happy that we won 4 titles in a row and then lost it this year. People think Khaldoon's going to be sitting there in a board meeting going, oh, it's all right. Yeah, we won a treble 2 years ago. Bro, you don't understand this man. Nah. Maybe you don't watch the interviews. Maybe you don't understand like what he does other than City. Maybe you like don't fully understand. Bro, you understand how powerful this guy is. This guy's on all the meetings with the top dons in the world. Yeah, this guy's interviewing the president of America. Yeah, this guy's doing trade deals and that. This guy's at every single big major event. Yeah, when it comes to the UAE, bro, this guy is a freaking winner. If he wasn't a winner, he wouldn't be in those positions, man.
This guy knows his football as well, you know. It's actually mad. You listen to the guy. He knows his football so well. Like he's not. You don't just talk. He walks the walk as well. You know, like he knows all the ins and outs with football. He can probably tell you about the championship. This guy, bro. He's that invested in football. And yeah, big up the Arab state and all them man there, yeah, because, bro, they're in it to win it. You know, I've said it with the boxing as well. They put on the best boxing events, and they want to take over a Premier League team. They want them to compete as the best. So big up to them, man, and long may they reign. That's all I'll say, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I like about that interview as well, yeah? And I promise you, we're going to get onto Gibbs-White now. Yeah? You know what I like about that interview? Is when the guy asked him, who's the best City player of all time?
Yeah.
I like the fact, because he could have easily been political there, innit?
He said it with chest.
Bro, he could have sat there and gone, oh, well, you know what I mean? We've had some real legends at the club, Sergio, David, but I'm sitting there, blah, blah. Just fucking say what it is. I like the fact, and you might not agree with it in the chat. I see loads of people in the chat who say it's David Silva. I see loads of people in the chat who say it's Aguero. Some people say it's Yaya. You get some of the older Donnies who say it was Colin Bell and that. I respect all opinions, innit? But I like the fact how he sat there with chest and went, it's KDB. Because I'm like, yo, this guy's actually just a legit, like you say, like he knows his football. Like, he's not trying to be this.
He didn't give no second name, did he, LB? He said one name. He gave you the name.
Yo, I respect that, innit? You know, I respect the fact that like he's got the balls as a chairman to say like his actual opinion rather than sit there and just be like, oh well, it could be David, it could be this guy. I'm like, yo, good man. Otherwise, what's the point? What's the point in doing that interview if you're just gonna sit there and give me some like bullshit answer? Like, just give me your opinion.
Exactly. He like you say, he's not political, innit? He said it with chest, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I like that bit as well. He said, yeah, give me 3 words to like get. Oh, what was the question? Was that the question? Give 3 words to like that you want next year, and he said win, win, win. You see that?
I don't remember that question, but
yeah, I can't remember if that was the actual question. I don't know. He either said, I thought he said to him, yeah, he said, oh, like, tell me what you want from next year.
Yeah.
And he said, win, win, win. I was like, come on.
Let me tell you an interesting one that stood out to me. Yeah, the guy asked him, who are you most excited about watching next season? You know, in a City shirt. And he said, you will see soon.
Yeah.
Like,
he definitely rates
guy,
Cherki.
You know?
He's definitely a Cherki fan, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's definitely a Cherki fan. All right,
Listen,
let me.
You never know what's going to come out of the woodwork, Selby, you know?
No, it's facts. It's facts. Right, let me do these super chats. Then we got on to Gibbs-White, man. And then I need to keep my eye on this Flamingo team because if Wesley's playing, I'm getting on a watch along, innit? So, yeah, smash these likes up as well, guys, man. 1.1k people in the building. Let's get these likes to, I don't know, 300 rapid. We need 25 people to smash the like button out of over 1,000 to get us to 300. Come on, man. 25 people got to hit the likes. Let's do these supers and then we'll speak about Gibbs-White. Shout out Perfect Toast to Stones plus 40 million for Branthwaite. You could do. The only problem you've got is, like, is this guy going to be happy benched? Because he won't be playing. Because Gvardiol's playing left centre-back for me.
100%, yeah,
So I'm down to take him, like, bro. I'm down to take him, but like,
I don't think it makes any sense to get him LB for me, mate.
No, I don't think we're going to get a centre back this year. I think that'll be 2026, man. I think we've got enough. And then next summer, we'll go get a centre back. Bro grabbed his balls looking at United fans. Oh, yeah, bro, that was a funny video.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Are you telling me that's not a City player destined to be?
Yeah, come on, man. Get him in. I wonder if he knew at that time City were interested in it.
100%.
You reckon?
100%. His agent would have been a little 2-2 email. You know what I'm saying, bro?
No, they probably would have terms of facts. Shout out Toll says Pep Linders like strikers, left forward, striker, right forward. Yeah, I said this.
You know
that video that he done an interview and he said I like playing with 3 strikers. Yeah. And again, that just backs up my theory. And it's only a theory, but it backs up my theory that Marmoush and Cherki will play in the wing areas and Doku and Savio won't play as much next year. It's just my view. We'll see if I'm right.
I'm very excited about this guy, you know, LB. I swear down. This Pep guy. Because he's part of one of the most exciting Premier League teams I've ever seen, bro, in that Liverpool team. They might not have been the most dominant because we were there, but they were damn exciting. So, you know, welcome to the squad.
Yeah. No, facts. Big up Tall. Big up Tinsay says you're going to do an 8-hour cooking panel stream after 115. Yeah, we're going to have to do something, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'll summon the lads and see what they say, man. But yeah, we'll have to get on a stream, man, and just cooking it for time. You know what I
mean? Let the drinks flow.
yeah, we might have to do that, bro. I reckon it's going to be soon, though. We're going to have to find out soon, man. It's dragging on for
surely,
time,
man. It's getting crazy, isn't it? But I'll be honest with you, bro. I am 99% confident. So
I'm confident. I just don't think the club would spend as much money as they have and sign all these players and get Haaland on a 10-year deal if they thought they were going to get Gilly. I also just don't think Khaldoon, would be saying shit like this if he felt.
And when we're done, we'll have a conversation and I'll give you my very blunt views.
Like, are you telling me he's going to say that when he thinks he's guilty? Like, why would you do that?
He's not a dumb guy, is he?
You're not going to do that, innit? You're not going to say that. You're not going to say that, and then he's repeated it again. Are you mad? Are you really going to do that when you think you're guilty, bro? Bro, you know how cooked you'll get if we get found guilty? If once I found guilty, I'm talking about like all the things, like the main things. Like, he's not going to do that, bro.
This guy looks younger, man. What's going there?
He's been on the cut, bro. He's been cutting.
Yo, he has, you know. I swear down.
Oh, trust me, man. This guy's been on the incline treadmill. That's what he's been doing, man. Shout out to Khaldoon, bro. You know what I mean?
For real. He looks
protein.
Fresh, bro. He looks younger.
Yeah, chicken breast. He's no more chicken thighs anymore. Chicken breast, rice, broccoli.
I need to take a bit of that advice myself, man. Fuck.
No, I'm mad. Big up Khaldoon, man. Congrats on the weight loss, bro, innit? You know what I'm saying? Big up Perfect Soul says, with the Club World Cup being taken so seriously, we could be spoilt to see Cherki with, or see City with Cherki, Reinders and Rodri in 12 days. Yeah, I don't think Rodri's going to start these group matches, but maybe if we get to like the semis or the final, maybe he could start, because that's another month away. In fact, more than a month away. So, yeah, we'll probably see Rodri, but like in terms of a start, I reckon towards the end of the tournament if we get there, man. But yeah, I really need at least 2 players. I kind of need 3. I want Ait-Nouri, man. You rate Ait-Nouri? I've not spoken to you about Ait-Nouri. You rate him?
I love him, bro. Absolutely love him. I was watching that thing of yours, the compilation reaction, innit?
Oh,
I was so gassed.
Bro,
one of the best I've seen, man.
Bro, I couldn't believe it, man. I was watching it, yeah, and I was like, yo, what am I watching here? This is unbelievable, bro. These like the little, bro, the way he moves with the ball, like it's crazy, man.
bro.
I'm like,
It's
this guy's a
levels,
left
isn't it?
back.
It's mad levels.
So we talked about technical ability before.
Yeah.
His technical ability is like up here, man. Like the way he was
Crazy,
skipping
bro.
around players and that little 2-2, like knocking the ball with his feet,
The
skipping
skill
around the
moves
player.
as well, innit? The skill moves, man.
Oh, bro, this is what I'm saying. We're about to enter our vibe era, yeah? Last
Yeah, I
year
hear that, yeah.
and this year, yeah, let's be honest, like it's not been the best football to watch, especially this year. Yeah, this year's been awful to watch, mate. Yeah, like so dead, like
Depressing, innit?
It's not been nice watching City, man. I can't lie, but like we're getting Cherki, exciting footballer. We're getting Aït-Nouri, exciting footballer. We're going to be getting Tijani
even Tijani Reinders, yeah,
be good as well, man. So we're about to enter our vibe here, watching some decent football. What we need, yeah, this is what we need. We need Foden to get back on it. Yeah, and we need Rodri to get back on it. We get them two back on it, bro. We're going to be cooking, watching some sick football again, man. But Aït-Nouri, man, we need to get him in. Honestly,
100%,
man, we need
bro.
to get him in, mate.
Do you think as well, LB, that this guy's defensive liability is way overstated?
Bro, let me tell you something, yeah. A lot of people, yeah, nowadays, yeah, are extremists.
Yep.
Yeah, they're extremists. And what they do is, yeah, they take something that's like semi-factual and then they just pour fuel on it, get the match, and then just go bang. So what they do is they take someone like a Frimpong or an Aït-Nouri, yeah, and say,
another one.
Yeah, who maybe is not the best, like he's not like a Walker in his prime defensively. Yeah. And they go, they're fucking shit. Yeah. And it's like, no, facts, that's not the legitness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, so it's probably the same with Cherki. So Cherki probably, probably is not the most hardworking like defensive player in the world. He's probably not like a Grealish. Grealish is like top tier on the defensive work rate, yeah. So he's not probably top tier. He's probably like mid tier or whatever. And you know, now and again he might pull a sulking face or whatever. And once in a blue moon, he might like be a bit late for training or whatever. Like yeah, whatever. So it's like, and then what someone will do? Someone will then go, oh, he's got major attitude problems, or he's like proper hard to work with, and the manager's just, you know, it's like, hang on a minute, wait a sec, chill. Yeah? What are we doing here, man?
Look at the rest of his work, innit? You know what I'm saying? I think, I'll be honest with you, LB, I think another example, a good example, is Jeremy Doku as well. I think people are at high extremes with him in terms of like maybe end product slash, you know, output. I think many people are very extremist when it comes to him as well.
Well, his output is actually pretty good. If you look at his numbers are decent. His problem, as we spoke about before, we won't get into it right now because we need to speak about Morgan Gibbs-White, but his problem is that he can't find Haaland for love nor money. If he can start to find Haaland, then his numbers will be. But if you actually do the calculations, like goal assist per 90 minutes, it's pretty good, man. But you know, you need to be finding Haaland.
I've got to be honest with you, bro. I think what we've been saying all this stream is right. I think the way forward is this formate, is this new system, man. Because these wingers ain't working no more, bro. Man have figured it out. They really have. They know what to do. They're not doubled on. They're tripled on. And when you tripled on, you can't even get out. You can't even find a way out, then, bro. It's not easy for these guys, these wingers, man.
Nah, facts. It is facts.
It is,
let me see if I can find that picture, man. Did you see the picture of the potential starting 11 for next season?
I've seen it all over the gaff, bro. I can't get away from it.
Yeah, like I look at it, bro, and I go, "Oi, that looks pretty good," you know.
I know.
It looks pretty good. I find it,
and so it has to be. Liverpool, they're looking to move serious, isn't it?
Nah, Liverpool are moving serious. We need to hit back, and I think this week's going to be mad for us. You know, I really do.
I hope so. LB. One of the first things I said is that I've been guilty of getting a little bit frustrated, bro, because I'm seeing a lot of talk and not enough walk. You know what I'm saying? I like what I'm hearing in terms of the links. I want to start seeing a bit more. I've been getting a little bit envious of Liverpool. They got 2.5 deals done. They got 2 fullbacks done, and Wirtz is probably a day or two away. But the 2 fullbacks is something they needed. They're done. You know, they're not in talks. They're done. And you know, I rate that, man. I rate it, bro.
Yeah. Oh, this is it. Yo, shout out Josh, bro. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, this is the potential starting 11 going into next season. And like, I look at that, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's got the subs on it, bro. I didn't even clock that,
man.
you know. Bro, I didn't even clock the subs.
That's a potential other system as well, you know. Like you got the wingers there, innit? You know.
Like, look at that, bro. Tell me, like, how much better is that than our team this year? With due respect, like, that is so much better.
Livermental's key as well. Actually having, you know, a big up Nunes, but having legitimate fullbacks is key, man.
Yeah, facts. And then, like, so what would be our backups? We've got Huzanov, Ake as the backups. Yeah, I'd keep Akanji as well as a fifth choice, and then they've even got Gibbs-White in there as well. Nico in there. Yeah. Nunes, O'Reilly, Doku, Bob, Savinho. Like, bro, look at the like squad depth we've got in there. Like our attacking squad depth. Isn't it? Yeah, our attacking squad depth, yeah, on that is our starting wingers now. Yeah. So we're basically saying starting wingers, you're now not good enough. So now your squad depth. Yeah. Bob comes back into the fold as well.
Yeah. I want to stress as well.
In the middle
I want to stress, bro. It's not the wingers' fault, innit? I just think that system's been figured. I think these wingers are great footballers with dangerous capabilities. I just think they've been figured out, LB. So I don't want to hate them, bro. I don't want to do it.
Nah, fairs. All right, let me finish these chats and then we'll get on to Gibbs-White, bro. Shout out Angel says, LB, I had a wet dream last night. Cherki comes to City, absolutely destroys the league. He takes all of our wives in the process as well. Fire emoji. Get ready, brother. Well, I'm not married. So...
Shit. I had the same dream.
Man. Yo, as always, Angel, big up for the super chat. I don't know if he's ever sent like a normal super chat.
Angel's crazy, man. I swear.
Yeah, no, he's crazy, man. Big up to you, bro. The fire emoji was worth it as well. Come on. Big up Dean, man. Says, big up Steve. Always happy when you're on the panel. Highlight of my day watching your streams, LB. Can't wait to see Cherki in a City shirt next season, bro. Oh, you know what, man? Like, I think a lot of City fans are excited about this Cherki deal. I honestly do, you know.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
I think he's an exciting footballer. I think, again, not to like, you know, glaze or whatever. He's probably more exciting than Verts. Now, exciting doesn't mean better.
No, I see what you're doing there. No,
yeah. Nah, come on. I'm being a politician right now. Like, it doesn't mean better, but as an excitement to watch, I think Cherki's well more exciting than Verts. That doesn't mean he's better than Verts. Yeah, it doesn't mean I'd rather have him than Verts. But
the thing is, what's exciting as well is the numbers back it up, bro. You know, you want to talk about numbers, man. Yeah. The numbers are there at 21 as well. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Bro?
For a footballer, yeah, the top level is young, man, and to have the numbers at that age to back it up, exciting.
Yeah.
No, I was not punching someone. I was showing my respect to the super chat. Big up the super chat.
Yeah, no, facts. Oh, so someone in the chat find out if Wesley's in the starting 11, by the way.
Where's Danny, man? Where's he at?
Danny's going to come on a watch along if he's starting.
Okay.
So yeah, he's warming up. He's in pre-warm up. Yeah, someone in the chat find out for me if Wesley's in the starting 11 for me. Chat. Big up Dean, man. Shout out Thoughtbot says Karl needs to remind Pep to use the full squad when Pep starts doing fraudulent beta energy things. That's why it's called squad rotation. Well, bro, listen, I think obviously we're going to have better players, so Pep will be more trusting. But Pep's always been like this, though, isn't it?
It's a slightly controversial chat, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, no, he's always been like that, Pep. He's always had his favourites, isn't it? 100%. Karl 100% dyed his hair, says Kieran.
I am suspicious. I didn't want to bait him out like that, though, man. You do, you know what I mean? Just leave. Let that one slide, man. You don't have to say that.
Wesley on the bench.
Oh.
The one time, yeah, they fucking played a game at a normal time, and he's not on the. He's not starting.
So why is this guy on the bench, man? Why is this guy on the bench?
Why is he not on the pitch, mate? Yeah. Jokers, man.
Is it because he's coming to Manchester City?
I don't know. Told me saying that apparently City are not interested in that anymore or something like that. But like,
what's Craig saying, man? Has Craig said anything about right back?
Like Craig, mate, come outside. Here he is.
Seen you peeping, Craig.
So he doesn't get injured. Are we getting him or nah? Give us some bombers, lad.
tell us about the right backs, man.
Yeah, give us a right back update, Craig. Right, let me do the super chat, and it's actually about Gibbs-White. Yo, big up MCFC, man. Big up for the super chats, bro. Says if Morgan Gibbs-White is off, Then are we confident on Livramento? Trust for homegrown. Right. So there's a poll in the chat, by the way, chat. So make sure you voted in the poll. Bro, you think we're moving on from Gibbs-White? I do, I think we might be moving on. Or at least we're playing the long game. We ain't getting this guy before Club World Cup, no way.
I think I'd respect my club for pulling out for financial reasons, because if they're wanting 75 million, I don't know about that, bro. So if they want to pull out for that reason, I'd rate that. I'd respect that. But other than that, I would take him at the club. I think he's a positive player. He's got mad energy. He's mad tenacious. And he's got a great pass on him, whether it's long or short. So I think he has his qualities, and I would take his qualities at my club. But with 75 million, I'd understand my club pulling out for that price, bro. It's a bit heavy.
It is dull. Fabrizio Romano tweeted before, or spoke on his podcast or whatever the fuck he's doing nowadays. He said Morgan Gibbs-White is still on Manchester City's shortlist, but is currently considered too expensive. And this
hey, it's almost like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so it's like, bro, it's kind of like, for me, yeah, and the question that I have for you, yeah, bro, and the question I have for you guys in the chat, right, is if we don't get Gibbs-White, do we have enough players in that midfield? And when I'm talking players, I'm talking quality. So for me, unfortunately, whether we keep them or not, Kovacic, Gundogan, and Bernardo are not in that conversation anymore for me. Like,
not in the first team, LB.
No. It's like they're like off the bet. I'm talking like we're going Real Madrid, we're going Anfield, we're going Emirates, yeah, we're going Old Trafford, like big derby games, big matches. Like, do we have enough? Because I'm looking at the options, right? And we've got Rodri, Nico G, yeah, Tijani Reinders, Foden, Cherki. I don't know if that's enough, bro. I'll be real, man.
Like I say, bro. Listen, I'd like him at the club, innit? But like I say, I'm with the club with the price thing. But I would have his qualities all day. For me, again, if you're not going to have him in there and you're not going to get anyone else, you're going to have to trust Echeverri, whether you like it or not. With Foden, you're going to have to trust. It's not just keep him; you have to trust him, because it's no good just having the brother on the bench all year round, is it? You have to trust him, bro. You have to play a part.
Unless Rico Lewis is staying and he's going to be an actual legitimate midfield option. Guess that could happen.
Come on, man. What we doing here, man?
Bro, yeah, I don't know what to do now. I don't know, man.
You brought me in here to talk about Rico Lewis in midfield. I'm sorry, man. I can't.
I was like a fifth choice.
Well, does he? He can't even say he's not even got the experience at the top level at playing in midfield, has he? You can say
not on a regular basis. No.
Nah, man, he'll get bodied, bro. He'll get, even if he don't get bodied, the people will have the know-how above him. Trust me. Every now and then, I know he can come in and do a job there. You've seen it, but you can't trust him, bro.
What would you rate out of 10? Yeah, so your midfield: Rodri, Nico G, Tijani Reinders, Foden, Cherki. Yeah, and then obviously you've got like your Bobs and that. But they're not like senior right now. What would you rate that out of 10?
It all depends on Rodri and Foden's level, doesn't it?
I mean, if they're not at levels,
if they're not at the level,
anything, bro, the season's done.
Yeah, it's done. If they're at the level, it's a 9.5, 10, isn't it? You have to wait and see. You have to see about them, man. I've got faith in Rodri and I've got faith in Foden as well, but they have to show us, innit? There's no point me saying that.
Unless these are actually legitimately being legit players and that.
No doubt that they are going to be legit players, but there's still not like experience in it. It's Ryan's first season in Premier League. I rate he's going to do it, but he can't do it alone. And Cherki, I rate he's going to be a good player, but he won't be able to do it alone either. You have to be a collective, innit, bro? You need a collective, man. It's a squad, innit? It's not one or two players. Everyone's got to be working like clockwork, bro.
Yeah, so if I bring up this squad again, right? So if you delete Gibbs-White from this, because Gibbs-White, let's just go on the basis that we don't think we're getting Gibbs-White, and as well, 72% of people in the poll are saying they don't think we're going to get him. So for those for those two DM positions, right? We'll just call those two positions at the bottom, yeah. We'll just call them DMs, yeah.
I think I trust Kovacic, bro, to come in, man.
I don't, man. Bro, I don't, man.
Because it's not going to be a lot, LB. You're not going to rely on him, are you? You know, it's going to be Reinders, it's going to be Rodri, and for me, Nico G. And then for the odd time, you might come and see Kovacic come in. You know?
I just think, yeah, like, you've got, if you give White 8 there, you got Reinders, Rodri, Nico G. Yeah? But obviously, none of the players further forward can play in that position. So, one injury, and straight away for me, you're looking stressed.
I'll tell you who's key for me, bro. Nico G, man. I think he's really good, you know. Can you hear that bird? Sorry, man.
Oh, you know what? That's true. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I actually think we need another player. Looking at this squad, I think we need another player. And I actually think we need someone in the profile of Gibbs-White. Now, whether it's Gibbs-White or someone else, but I think you need a player that is able to sort of like bridge the gap. And maybe Nico can do that. I don't know. I've not seen enough of him in the forward positions yet. But I think we need another one. I don't think we've got enough there. If Gibbs-White is not in that list. If Gibbs-White's there, fine. I don't think we've got enough in that list. I don't. I think we're short by a player.
I think Pep has to trust Nico, though, bro. I need to see it because when I've seen him, I think he's looked class, you know. I need to see that trust in him, innit? Let him start games, man. You know, I don't want to see him on the bench all year round, even with Reinders. I want to see Nico get the opportunity, bro. I think he deserves it. I think he's coming in.
I think he should get some game. And I think next year we will get some game time, Nico G. I look at that squad there, yeah.
So who do you want? Do you want a number 6 or do you want a number 8?
I want someone that can do a bit of both.
What do you think about this Ederson link, actually?
Well, that's funny, actually, because, we have actually been rumoured.
So that is interesting, isn't it?
I don't rate him at all, really.
And I know why as well. And I know you've watched him and he hasn't impressed you, innit?
Yeah, nah, bro. It's like, bro, I done a scout alongs in January. I done a good 3, 4, 5.
I was watching.
He was there, bro. Like, I just did not rate him. I thought he was slow, lethargic. I didn't think his on-ball ability was particularly great. Didn't think he looked arsed. So yeah, I just thought he was an average player. But bro, honestly, man,
the links are there, innit? So
I don't want to be a glazer here, but I actually think we need someone like Gibbs-White, bro. Because I think Gibbs-White could play that position there, next to Rodri. But the thing is with Gibbs-White, he could also play in that front 3.
You play him higher as well, yeah.
So
who else in the Premier League do you think can match that profile in the Premier League?
So play next to Rodri deep, but also play further forward.
Not even that, like, or even just anyone that could come in and do the job that the Gibbs-White could potentially do. Who would you have, like, obviously realistically as well?
People saying Wharton, man, but I don't think he's got what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone to be able to run up and down the pitch.
Yeah, man.
I'm
hearing a lot of respectable people talk about Wharton as well, though. Still.
Yeah, but I don't think Wharton's like. I don't know if that's his game. Tonali, yeah. Tonali.
Oh, Tonali.
That's a shout. That is a great shout.
For a minute, I forgot about them Newcastle boys. You know.
No, I didn't, bro.
They live in your head rent free, bro.
No, man. I know. I can't lie.
Paqueta was fantastic. Still is fantastic. It's a shame about
Paqueta. Him. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know who else you could go for. But Labour is probably more in the bottom area. We need someone that can probably do a bit of both, man.
Vitinha, man, he's one of the best about it at the moment, man. What a baller he is.
Mate, that midfield is a joke.
You forget he was at Wolves, innit?
Bro, I can't even remember him one time at Wolves.
Bro, I can't lie to you, I didn't want to admit it. I seen a clip in it, posted by the Premier League, once upon a time at Wolves, and it had Vitinha clips, and I'm watching it going, what the fuck? Did I miss this season?
Nah, it is wild. Yeah, I don't know. See, but Labour for me doesn't really fit the type of play that I'm looking for. He's not the
profile, is he?
He's not the pro. He's not the profile. I'm looking for someone that can do both the bottom midfield, the 6 sort of position, and the top. Yeah. And I still think that, to be fair, as much as people don't like him, that is Gibbs-White.
I hear you, man. And also as well.
So just quickly, This squad looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Foden gets injured. Reinders gets injured. That squad straight away. That squad straight away is under strain. 2 injuries, and that squad is under strain. If Gibbs-White's there, you're chilling. Reinders gets injured. Nico G slots in next to Rodri. Foden gets injured. Gibbs-White goes up there. But if Gibbs-White isn't there yet, and you get 2 injuries, I think that squad is strained already off 2 injuries. And I just don't think we should be going into the season based off of this season we've just had, just taking those risks. We know we're going to get injuries. We know that Rodri's probably going to do a muscle injury, at some point and have a month off because we know that's what happens when you have long term.
When you're coming back from injury like this. And you know what? Karl alluded to it, didn't he? He did say loud and clear that last season was a mistake, that they weren't aggressive enough, didn't he?
Yeah.
So you'd hope they won't make the same mistake, right? For me, the Reinders, he's obviously, listen, bro. We're getting a Serie A midfielder of the season. He's gonna be one of the main men for us next season, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just who can come and help take that little bit of pressure off him, because you don't want him playing every game, obviously. No. So that's the thing in it. The guy you want in, he also, one key thing you need from him is you need him to hold bench a little bit as well, because he's probably not going to start every game, innit? He's got to come in.
The thing is here,
do bits and bobs.
If you look at these players in this list, right? This I feel like there's so much game time for all of them, right? Because Rodri, unless we're complete and utter idiots, this guy's minutes this year are going to be seriously limited to
you have to look after him, LB.
You got to look after him, bro. Yeah, so that means Nico G's going to play. Yeah, loads of games. Yeah, Rodri off the bench, coming off the pitch. Nico won. Shit game at home. Nico starts. Rodri bench. Like we're going to learn, hopefully, as a football club, that we can't spam. So plenty of game time for Rodri and Nico. Yeah, Reinders is going to get plenty of game time because he's going to replace Kovacic and Gundogan's minutes. Right. If we did get Gibbs-White can then rotate with Reinders in specific games. But Gibbs-White can also play in that attacking front 3. So he's also got another 3 positions that he's going to get game time for. Foden's minutes have to be managed this year because we can't spam him out again because he looks burnt out. Yeah. Cherki obviously is young player, be developing. He's going to be subbed on, subbed off, blah, blah, blah. Same with Marmouche. Yeah. So I just think that, I look at this squad with all the players on it, and I think that is a nice balance. I think you've got just enough players where you can give everyone enough game time, but you've not
keep them happy as well.
But keep them happy, but you're not going to be running into serious injury crisis unless you just get mad unlucky, yeah? But I genuinely believe that if you take one player out, and that specific player is the Gibbs-White person, it doesn't have to be Gibbs-White, but the Gibbs-White profile, and I think you can very, very quickly run into injury issues. Very quickly, bro.
You can always get mad unlucky, innit? Where
facts.
People just, you have to be prepared for that. So, listen, at the end of the day, bro, I believe we're going to make signings, innit? I believe we're going to make 3, 4, so maybe 5. So I've got faith, bro. I actually do think, because I have seen that one link, and I know it was a foreign link, wasn't it? Like maybe an Italian or whatever link it was. I actually do think we're going to shift our focus to him once we've signed 3 players, being Reinders, Cherki, and a left back. I think our attention will shift to another midfielder, whoever that may be.
Well, O'Reilly probably fits that profile, The problem is if Pep doesn't trust him to do it properly, it's
no good, is it?
Like these things, these positions, these players, they've got to be real, tangible fucking things that Pep will actually play. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's like someone saying Nunes there. What's the point in saying Nunes, man?
There's no, exactly. That's a perfect example, of just not legit. Because whilst Nunes might be able to do it, if Pep refuses to play that player in that position, it ain't going to happen, is it?
Yeah,
it ain't going to happen, bro. So you need to have players that can trust him. So if Pep is willing to trust Nico O'Reilly in that position, and we don't get to December, Nico O'Reilly's fit. We've got a couple of injuries in midfield, and he's going back to playing fucking Kovacic and Gundogan in there. Yeah, if Pep actually trusts him, then chill. I'm happy with that. But if he doesn't, then there's no point. There's no point. If I was Nico O'Reilly, I'd leave anyway. I've already said this. I'd get a move, bro, if I was in.
Really?
Yeah, bro. The thing is, his stocks are mad high right now. Yeah, He's going to have his agent's going to be ringing him every day saying, "Oh, this team's been interested in you today. This team, blah blah blah, yeah." And he ain't going to be playing. He's not going to be playing left back next year, first team properly, week in week out, because we're going to get one if I ignore it. And he's not going to be getting ahead of Reinders, Rodri, or Nico G. So I don't want him to leave again. I want him to stay. But if I was him, I probably would leave.
If he's got a few years on his contract, LB, I think he's a £50 million player. I mean,
yeah, I think he's got like 2 years. I think someone was saying. I don't know what it is.
£50 million?
I'd probably say a little bit less than that. I'd be like 35.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I think he's definitely got that value. I think he's sick. I think he could play in bare Premier League teams, me.
Yeah. Or we go back in for Paqueta. I think that's done, mate.
Yeah, it's dusted, isn't it?
I think that's done. All right, let me have a look at some of these chats coming in. I smashed these likes up as well, guys. 1.2k in the building. Let's get these likes to 500, man. Smash the like button up. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. Shout out Lewis, says, a bit apprehensive at the moment. Big issue this season was not winning duels in midfield. Does Reinders and Cherki change that? That's why I wasn't unhappy about Morgan Gibbs-White. Well, all I can tell you is, from what I've watched of Reinders, which is only 3 games, but I can only say in my opinion, is he doesn't strike me as a player that's going to win a mad amount of duels. He definitely will win more than Kovacic and Gundogan. Cherki, I don't think so, right? But I think you have to look a little bit bigger picture. And if we're refreshing the team lineup and we're getting younger players into the team and we're going a little bit more aggressive, I think we'll be winning the ball back further up the pitch.
This is it. I tell you what you get with Reinders is the pressing ability in it. So when you're pressing them, then they'll give the ball away. Then when they got that pressure on them, then they give the ball away. So you can win it in other areas rather than duels. Yeah,
because Lewis, how many times this season, bro, have we been watching City and been going, our press is fucking shit. Or sometimes we don't even press, right? And then they just play for our press. And that's one of the reasons why we don't win duels is because our press is so crap. They break the press. And then Gundogan and Kovacic are miles away from the players that they need to get to because they're holding a different position. I don't even think it's necessarily just Bernardo, Gundogan and Kovacic are just shit in the midfield and they can't make any challenges. I think, in a way, the system and the players in front and that inability to press has sort of like hung them out to dry a little bit. So I do feel that just having better players in that forward line, getting a wing back who can press up the line, packing out the midfield with Marmoush, Foden and Cherki, and then having Rodri and Tuchel, I don't think it'll be massively better anyway.
Lewis is ultimately right, though. Our biggest problem this season has been that the duels in midfield. But also, I do think Reinders is going to tick that box heavily, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like Reinders, man. I think he's going to be a good player,
You can do it all, innit? You can do it all, bro.
Yeah. Big up Lewis, man. But shout out Jonathan, says Echeverri back up to Haaland and Alvarez role. Bro, like I said, I would keep him, man. But if Pep decides to loan him out, Jonathan, then I'll be doing watch-alongs of where he goes to, innit? But I'd keep him, man. I think the guy's shown me enough in these couple of games that he's been involved in that I'd be like, I'd keep him around, man. I'd keep him around. Bring him off the bench, hopefully next season we go back to smacking up a few teams 3 or 4-0. Get Haaland off. Yeah, I'm going to be on that, by the way. 3-0 up. Get Haaland off. Get Rodri off. Yeah, because I ain't thinking that we're going to be doing Feyenoord drillers every time we play next season. Yeah, that for me is like in the past. So get these players off me. Yeah, I want to be going deep in the Champions League. I want to be going deep with fresh players. Yeah, so Rodri's got to be protected. Haaland's got to be protected. And maybe a couple of others as the season goes on, we work out which of our key players have to be protected. So I'd definitely keep Echeverri, man. If you've got the squad size and Pep don't moan about
I can imagine him balling in the Champions League, Echeverri. I can just see it.
I think he's such a good player, man.
I do, mate. I think he's class.
Such a good player, bro. Big up to you, Jonathan, man. I appreciate the super. Big up MD, says, we'll see more of Nico G, Cousinov next season. This season they missed games because they didn't want to pay add-on bonuses 5 to 15
that, that was crazy, that, innit? Do you believe that? Yeah.
No.
The one about Cousinov.
No, I don't believe it.
Okay.
I think the reason that they didn't play is because, as much as I think Diaz does need to improve, Diaz and Gavadio got a good partnership, and Diaz is mad experience, and I just felt Pep was just trusting the experienced players. And Nico G, maybe similar, that we just were winning, so why change it? But also, Nico G actually did play a lot of games, man. When you actually look at the games played, Like, a lot of people do this with Kyle Walker, yeah. A lot of people say, oh, Kyle Walker never played it for City towards the end of the treble year. That's a complete and utter lie.
Yeah, it's a myth, yeah.
It's a myth that people just say. Like, if you actually look at his minutes, he played in every single one of the last Premier League games for the rest of the season. But yeah, I don't think that is true. I think Pep didn't play Nico G and Cousinov just because he trusted the more experienced, senior players.
I do think it's a bit convenient though, man, about Cousinov, how and I know there was a particular injury at the time, wasn't there? But obviously Akanji was injured as well. But I do think it's a bit convenient how he didn't even come on off the bench, because that one more appearance would have amounted to €5 million. Oh, it's a bit convenient, bro.
Is that actually legit though?
I'm seeing it everywhere, man.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've not seen like Fabrizio or anyone like that say it, but I'm seeing enough people say it.
If it is true, then that's kind of mad, because you shouldn't really be putting your top 5 Champions League at risk.
For $5 million.
For $5 million.
It's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, it's a bit mad. I can't lie, but yeah, that is wild. LB sign-on bonuses. I don't know. You're big on MD as well for the Super Pro. I don't know what that is. It's fake, man. The source was Cousinov extra. This Cousinov's been here like 5 months, bro. The amount of jokes people are making on this guy is ridiculous.
He's a character, isn't he, Cousinov, man? I think he's got a great future here, bro. I think he's obviously going to be he's going to be a starter for us, bro. Well, sooner or later. He's absolutely brilliant.
I agree, Dan Trollius. I agree. I think Nico O'Reilly could be a really perfect fit in that midfield. It's whether or not he trusts him.
Yeah, this is what.
If he trusts him, then good, innit? Like, keep him and that. But he needs to trust him. Otherwise, what's the point? What is the point, bro? I'll be real. AK-45. Come on. We'll be there. We'll be there.
We had stocks in him early, innit, bro? Again, man, you with these compilation videos, bro, you get me gassed, Swear down, man. He's another one that I watched one of them with you, and I that's all I needed to watch. I thought, this guy's a baller, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Season of watching like our passive players, and then like you just see fucking Huzanov on these compilations just smashing fuck out. I'm like, come on. And I've seen these people on Twitter saying, "Oh, I don't know about Huzanov. It looks a little bit too aggressive."
What we were saying again about these extremists, yeah. Man was saying, "Oh yeah, but yeah, he's not that technical, or he's overly aggressive." When hang on a minute, I'm watching this guy play crossfield diags. What do you mean he's not that technical? He's clearly technical. So he's
a good player. He's a good player. I'm hoping that he gets a chance to play next to Gavardio, bro. I'm really hoping that he gets a chance to play next to him with Gavardio. I think them two at the back too, yeah.
It's a tasty little partnership, right? And you've got 10, 15 years together there if they stay together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
it's exciting, bro. Listen, like you say, next season, it's exciting. To be a Manchester City fan is exciting. You know what I mean? When you got guys that don't mess about in charge, you're always optimistic, innit, bro? Whether it's for January, whether it's for the summertime transfer windows, the optimism remains for Man City.
Yeah, no facts. Nico O'Reilly's a baller. Give him game time. He can fit well. Yeah, again,
we agree. We agree, man. Yeah.
I'm only like saying keep him and that if he trusts him. Otherwise, it's pointless exercise.
Yeah.
It's a pointless exercise. Just like, and again, no hate. Just analysing the situation. Grealish, yeah. Oh yeah, but we've got Grealish is there, and we've got Grealish on a bit. No, Grealish is not there, is he?
Not there, bro. Yeah.
He's not there. He's not there. Like, people are saying, oh yeah, we don't let's talk about the wingers this year. I don't even mention Grealish because he's not there. He never plays for us. He never played in that since Christmas. This guy played about 200 minutes, and he's been fit for pretty much every game. So like, that's a perfect example of a player that can play in a position, yeah, but Pep don't want to play him for whatever reason. So it's pointless. People will go, oh well, we've got enough players because he's there. No, he's not there.
Yeah,
he's not there. McAtee for the first 6 months was on the bench a lot, not there. Yeah. Because he never got played. So it's irrelevant. I'm only counting players in this squad that Pep actually plays. And if they don't play him, then he's not in my squad.
It's like talking about Nunes in midfield. He's not there.
He's not there. So, talk about Nunes as right back.
It's a liable option.
Talk about as a right back all you want. I'm game for that conversation. We'll have that conversation and say he's a number. He's definitely a number on that right back position. But don't talk about Nunes as a midfielder when he's played about 3 games there in 2 years, and Pep obviously doesn't like it. It's a pointless. It's a pointless situation. Oh yeah, I did see this. Stones to Everton. Keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Do you think he's got to go?
Yeah, I do. I'm a bit surprised about that transfer though, because like, his wages and stuff like that can't be the cheapest. I'm a bit surprised that another Premier League club will even go in for him, to be honest with you, bro, because obviously he's got the injury problems as well. I'm very surprised to see them links, but do I think it's time? I really do, mate, to be honest.
Well, if you look at it this way, right, how much would you value John Stones at now? 31, but he's got injury issues.
As a transfer fee?
Yeah, if you was a buying club, what would you value John Stones at?
20 million.
So his wages for a whole year are 13 million. So if you paid City 7 million quid, yeah, you could give him that wage for a year, and then you'd be basically, there you go.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fair enough, man. I think there's a bit of romance in that transfer as well, isn't it? Considering he started off at Barnsley, didn't he? But obviously in the Premier League and that, he started off at Everton. It's a bit of a romantic move as well. It'd be great to. I'd love to watch him play for Everton. I think it'd be
new stadium.
New stadium.
And they'll only play one game a week, bro. They're not in Europe, innit? So one game a week. Suit him.
Yeah, true, see.
He just needs to play 90 minutes on a Saturday at 3 o'clock, week off. He needs to Ledley King the driller. You remember Ledley King, bro?
Oh, absolutely.
Ledley King, so, some of the younger people in the chat.
Don't train, in other words.
Yeah, Ledley King. I think he had an issue with his cartilage in his knee or something, where basically he had none. He had no cartilage or something in his knee. So whenever his knee, like, bent at the joint, it would just cause inflammation, which caused bare pain. So
he didn't train anymore, that.
No, he didn't train. So he turned up on a weekend, played the football, his knee would go like that, like the whole game. It would cause inflammation. And then because of the inflammation, he then couldn't train for a week. And then he just turned up again the Saturday after and just fucking played.
He was a fantastic player as well.
Oh, he was a great player, man. He was a great player, but his knees were fucking shocked. So, but, he's played one game a week. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he played like midweek games or whatever, but yeah, John Stones, man, for me, like, legend of the club. Yeah, I think City's best technical centre-back of all time. But, I think we can't, unfortunately, if we are limited on numbers in terms of squad size, because Pep's saying, like, you don't want this big squad and you've got to get rid of players. I don't think anyone, or you're going to struggle, in my opinion, you're going to struggle to justify keeping a player that's played less minutes than Jack Grealish this season.
I know, bro.
Bro.
He's one of them. Even if say we go into the next season fully fit, yeah. I can't get invested in it, bro. I can't get invested in him starting for Man City because it's, for me, I just feel like it's round the corner, his injury.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you kind of like, he plays, and then he plays again, and you're like, yo, he played sick, and then you see he's playing mint, and then you start to get like, yo, John Stones, and then bang, hamstring in you. You're just like, for fuck's sake, man.
Yeah.
Like, you do struggle, innit? Like, you need to you need to back players, innit? Like, that's how you, like, you
and I can't anymore, players. My backing for him is lost, bro. It's lost.
Yeah, it's just too much, man. We've been hurt too many times, innit? That's the thing. So, yeah, for me, I think he's the one that would go. People say, why not Ake? Ake's injury record is miles better than John Stones.
Yeah. And again, though, as well, like, if they really wanted to get rid of him, but do you think that's a bit too much, though? If you to get rid of the both of them?
The problem that you've got there is if you got rid of John Stones and Ake, Akanji becomes your sort of second choice centre-back, unless you want to put Huzanov there. And I
kind of fell off a cliff, hasn't he?
Yeah, so for me, I'm not one of these people that wants to sell Akanji. I think you should keep him because usually his availability is good and he's very versatile across the back line. But for me, I've got, so on my left, I've got Gvardiol. On my right, I've got Diaz at the moment, but I would like that to be Huzanov. But let's go Gvardiol, Diaz for now. Behind Gvardiol, I've got Ake. And then behind Diaz, I've got Huzanov, 4. And then behind both of them, I've got Manuel Akanji, yeah? So I've got 5. If you take out Ake, what are you doing? Are you buying a new centre-back to put in behind Gvardiol? Are you putting Vita Hayes or Juma Bart in behind Gvardiol? Or are you pushing Akanji in there and then maybe keep it? I think you're massively... If you look at the centre-backs as a group, yeah? So the 5, if you look at the group, yeah, and you go Gvardiol, Ake, Diaz, Huzanov, Akanji, right? You take Ake out of there and put Akanji in at 3, and then put like Vita Hayes at 5. I think you're massively, as a group, downgrading the quality and experience.
Yeah, I think the reality is as well, as unfortunate as it may be, Victor Hayes ain't there as well, is he? You know, we talk about guys that ain't there. I don't think he's there. You know,
Loan him out, bro. Loan
loan
him
him out.
out. Let him have a year like Juma Bar, yeah,
Mm.
playing week in, week out in European football. Because for me, yeah, the centre back, I've said this for time, the centre back issue for me is an issue, but it's a creeping issue. It's not an issue right now for me, yeah. It's an issue for next
Not
season.
immediate, yeah. It's not
Not an
immediate.
immediate issue. Yeah, we've got fires everywhere. Yeah, goalkeeper fires, left back fires, right back, centre back, midfield, blah blah blah. Now midfield fires is looking like we pretty much put that fire out.
Yeah.
Hopefully with the signings, right? But the centre back fire is just it's just started. Yeah, it's just a bit of smoke and that. You know what I mean? I think next summer, yeah, I'd like to see a Kanji or Ake be moved on and then a new centre back be brought in. Yeah, but this summer, I'm more than happy with those 5. Let Vita Hayes and Juma Bar go out on loan again, have a full season in Europe. If you can ideally get them at a team that's playing Europa League football or Champions League football, that'd be amazing. But it's not necessity. Yeah, we can check them out. We can do the scout alongs. We can watch them, see what they're about. Yeah, and then next summer, say, right, Akanji, you're 30, 31. You can move on. We can bring one of them younger guys in, and maybe we can bring them both in. I don't know.
It's very important with these kids that if they're not going to get game time, they get it somewhere else, bro, just on loan, innit? Because if you want a future of them, otherwise the career will go downhill. You know, you have to be playing football, bro.
Bro, I keep saying this. People keep on saying to me, LB, why do you not keep saying Vita Hayes as a backup option? I'm like, the guy needs to play football.
Because he's a young kid, man.
Have we brought him in as a squad rotator, or we brought him in as a potential starting player for Manchester City?
If you want a squad rotator, go and get another Akanji.
Go and get another Akanji. Facts. That's a great point. Go and get another Akanji.
Not a kid like Hayes, man. You know,
you don't get young 19-year-olds as squad rotators.
I tell you, if you did, then they got crap agents. Because as a kid, you need to play football. You know what I'm saying, bro? If you want to keep progressing, otherwise you're gonna go downhill.
Well, he might not want to leave the club, and that's fine. But I'm telling him.
No, you have to send him. If he's not gonna play, you have to send him out, bro.
I'm telling him. I'm saying, listen, mate. With due respect, you are behind Ake and you are behind Gavardio. You ain't playing, and I'm putting my stonks in you for the future. So therefore, I need you to play so you can develop, get better. Yeah. So you're going, bro. So he's got to go. He's got to go on loan. He needs to play football. He needs to do that, man.
Would you have him at another Premier League club, LB? If so, what kind of Premier League club would you have him at, though? What kind
Bournemouth,
of level?
Brighton, Brentford.
Oh, Bournemouth is perfect, isn't it? Or Brighton, one of them two.
Yeah.
I'd the way they play, you know.
I'd send him to loads of teams in the Prem. I don't care. Just don't send him to a team that doesn't have the ball. He needs to have the ball as well.
They just lost Huyson. Bournemouth is there, isn't it?
I just don't know whether they trust him as like so young, you know.
Well, they trusted Huyson, innit? Where did he come from? There's that kind of profile that they get, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe. But then again, like I've always felt this, right? If I'm a club like that, if I'm going to develop a player, I want them to be my player.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to develop your player.
Yeah, true. I hear you.
Unless you're going to pay the wages.
But it's still it's a benefit for them, innit? I know it's not their player, but you know the teams get people on loan for a reason because they're good players and they do a job. So
if I was Bournemouth, yeah, I'd go to City and say, give us Race, we'll play him week in, week out, but you're paying every single penny of his wages.
You could probably come to a deal, innit?
If I was City, I'd be like, fine.
Yeah. Because then it gets someone off your, heavy squad list, and he's playing football. So,
yeah, facts. I seen Peterborough. Yeah, shout out Peterborough, innit? The guy was on a podcast, and he said that they've got a proper mint relationship with City for youngsters because City are not asked about the wages. City are like, are you going to play this player? Yeah. Are you going to treat him right? Are you going to train him right? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah. They're like, right, we'll pay all the wages or we'll pay the majority of the wages. Don't worry about the cash. Yeah. And we got a sick relationship with them, apparently. Yeah. Because we want to develop the players. We're not trying to we're trying to develop these players to become starting 11 players. We're not.
Yeah.
I'd definitely do that deal, man. 100%.
Why going with Oldham today, bro? How did they get on today?
Oh, bro, it's a madness.
Out of curiosity.
It was a madness. They won 3-2. They were losing 2-1. Extra time, 9 minutes to go, scored 2 goals in like 90 seconds, bro.
No way.
Honestly, bro, it was honestly it was crazy. It was crazy. So yeah,
Wow.
they're back in the league now. They're back in League Two, innit?
Wow,
Back in
man.
League Two.
The back, man. The back.
Mm.
Crazy, man.
Let me go to some of these super chats, man. Being to E-Ink says Rico Lewis, the 8 besides Rodri DM. He can do it, says E-Ink. He might, yeah, listen, I don't know, man. I feel like he can, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'm not convinced, but I'm not against it, but I'm also not for it. I'm just on the fence with it, bro, to be honest with you. Big up to you, bro. Big up Aaron, man. Says, big up, lads. Looking forward to next season now. The new look team will be mint against low blocks with the amount of players that can hit long shots. Facts. Long shots is actually, like, so important against low blocks, isn't it? Like, you got to be able to shoot from the edge of it. And we've just not got anyone. Apart from, funny enough, Nico G can probably do it, but he's not really been played.
One exciting thing as well about Cherki, bro, is this how ball-footed this kid is. I think that's such underrated skill and ability to have 2 feet left and right, you know.
I didn't realize that until people started shouting it out, and then I clocked it on like
Massive.
the comps and that. I was like, wow.
It says a lot about his ability as well, because it's not easy, you know. Even at high levels, you'd be surprised how many professional players can't strike the ball same with a weak foot as they do with a strong, bro. It's mad.
Yeah, nah, facts. Yeah, big up Aaron, man.
But look, just look at that list a minute. Mamouche, one of the best long shot takers in the league. Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
You got Reinders, who's scoring long shots. Obviously, Rodri. Yeah. Phil Foden. I don't know about Cherki. I'm assuming he can have a strike. You know, that's 4 or 5 already there. You know, bare shooters, bro.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? And that's what you need, bro. Again, look at the goals in that team compared to this season, bro. How many people in this team this year are like, can you put money on? Like, bro, I bet people that bet on City this year, yeah, on like first goal scorer and shit have lost pure cash, man.
And going to lose, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
like this, because you know what I'm saying? Like, we just,
Mad.
like, who scores in this team? Like, I'm looking at this year, like, bro, there's goals everywhere. Like, I just compared it. I did the Tijani Reinders comparison before. 15 goals he scored this year. Yeah, that's more than Kovacic, Bernardo, and Gundogan, I think, combined. One player that we're buying has more goals than all 3 of those players combined, I'm pretty sure. Well, if it's not,
if he doesn't, he has more than all of them individually anyway. So
well, Gundogan had 1. Was it? Yeah. Was it? No, he had 3. Gundogan had 3.
Yeah.
Kovacic had 7, and I think Bernardo had 4. So he's got more than all 3 of them.
Okay.
So one player is getting more goals than all 3 of those other players. Yeah. Then Rodri's coming back. Rodri's good for a goal, as we all know.
To say the least.
Bro, he's probably gonna hit double figure goals.
Do you remember when he had 20 G&A?
Yeah.
That's
and then obviously Cherki will add goals. He'll replace probably Savinho on the right. Savinho doesn't score, so big up Cherki's going to get goals. Foden, hopefully we can get him back cooking. Goals. Yeah. Mamouche, goals. Haaland, goals. And actually, 8-0 will probably score some goals as well.
Yeah, man. The thing is with Cherki as well, it's not like a Jack Grealish situation, bro, where obviously Jack Grealish was bare hyped, but he never had them stats to back him up. You know, no matter what you say about Grealish, he never had them stats in it. But Cherki, he already does, so you can only assume that's going to continue.
You're built Gav Mark Robbins played Ashley Phillips all the time. Stoke would be a good option for Hayes as he wouldn't have to move. As Craig said, he's settling in. Yeah. Anywhere sort of like within an hour and a half or something, isn't it? 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. Yeah, probably be decent. Yo, big up Gav. Yo, Tarek, man, what you saying, bro?
Hey, what's up, man?
What you saying, Terry, bro?
Hey, what's going on with you, Steve?
Yeah, good, thank you, bro.
We're just having a random chat, bro. Just about transfers and that. I'll come to the other super chats in a minute, chat. Yeah,
how was London, Tarek? I know you ventured out, didn't you?
Man.
This side of the pond. Did you have a good time, yeah?
Yeah, it was a blast, man. We had a great time. Game was wonderful. Big up to the chat. I see you all. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Yeah, it was a great time, man. Got a chance to see KDB and you know, kind of cheer him off into the sunset. So it was amazing. It was amazing. Nice, no man. Diddy, Andrew. No.
Did you go to Craven Cottage?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Man. That's sick.
Yeah. So that's my first Premier League stadium going to. It's, you know, relatively small in comparison to all the others.
It's a proper old school stadium.
Yeah, but it was amazing, and I got a chance to do it with my family. So, you know, I'm a big football city fan. My kids and my wife, they kind of know it because of me. But to be able to be like, yo, this is a for real, this was a cottage a for real cottage, someone, actually back in the day. So, and it's just being able to be in London in general with all the history and just, how old everything is. It was a great time, man. I love it. I appreciated it. And my wife's already said, okay, we've all gone as a family now. So the next time you go, you can just go by yourself. So now I'm looking for the next time I'm coming. And this time I'm going to Manchester.
Yo, bro, I'm so happy that we got that top 4 qualified, man, because bro, you would have been so miserable if we imagine if we got fucking Europa League, your first ever time. That would have been I remember going on trips, bro, one of the worst ones for me, the worst trip I ever did is when I went to Monaco. You remember we played Monaco Champions League?
That was hanging.
Bro, oh my God.
Bro,
I'm telling you, that's got to be for me the worst ever. Just the worst feeling after a game was that game, man, because I think we went there with a 2-goal lead.
Yeah.
I think we went there with
5 in it in the end.
Bro, we were so shit and we lost the game. And after the game, man, it was just horrendous, bro. Like the feeling when you travel all that way. Like when I used to go to home games and that, it's all right, bro. Like I get in the car, I'm home in 15 minutes. Yeah, it's chilling. Whereas like when you're traveling all that way, and obviously Tarek, traveling from America, innit, all the way to London, like, bro, it would have been dead, man. So I'm buzzing for you, man. I'm buzzing for you. It was a big game. Obviously, Kevin De Bruyne's last game as well. That was sick.
It was funny because I think I posted this on social media, but I'm taking the train up to the train station, and then we get off and we're walking the rest of the way. But as we're on the train, gentleman, him and his daughter are standing in front of me. He speaks. Come to find out, he's from Toronto, Canada. Another gentleman speaks up. He's from Detroit, Michigan, here in the States. So, within, I'd say 3, maybe 3.5 hours, we're all within 3.5 hours here in the US or in the North America, but all 3 of us are on the train headed to the city match, all the way over in London. It's crazy. Kind of small world situation in that case where you don't expect to run into someone. Someone said the tube. Yeah. You don't expect to run into someone from a couple of hours away when you're 4,895 miles or whatever it is away from home. So yeah, it was really wild.
Nah, big up, man. Steve's got a dip in it, man. But big up to you, Steve, man, for jumping on. Anything else you wanted to mention, bro, before you go?
Always a pleasure, bro. Good to come on and have a little catch up in it. So
good to see you, man.
Big up Tarek as well. And listen, we'll chat soon, innit? Big up all the chat, man.
Yeah, for sure.
As always, man.
Big up to you.
Big up, boys, yeah? Respect, man.
People asking about the Wesley. He's not starting. So that's why the scout along has been cancelled. He's on the bench. So I might stick it on anyway. And just have it on the second screen while we carry on with this stream. But yeah, he's not actually starting, hence why that stream is not actually going ahead. But I will stick the game on. I might as well stick the game on. Given the fact I've got
Does that say anything to you? Do you read anything into the fact that he's not starting?
I don't know. Danilo started apparently. Do you know that Danilo used to play for City at the right back?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Like people was asking me this before. LB, do you think this will be? I don't know, man. Like maybe there is. Maybe there is. I don't know if there's anything in it. I don't fully know, but I wanted to watch him, man. I wanted to see what he's about. I've only seen a 10-minute
That's the
YouTube
disappointing thing. But is he's on the bench though? He's just not starting. So hopefully he gets into the match. Because again, I've not seen anything about this kid, and so hopefully we can get a chance to see him. I'm trying to see if anybody's in from the States, if you know if this match is on.
Yeah, I'll stick it on anyway. I might as well stick the game on. I've been enjoying the South American football. This is the first Brazilian match I've watched. I usually watch Argentinian football, but yeah, pay the money for Liverpool. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with that one. Like, so let me ask you. I will come to these chats in a minute. Don't worry, guys. They starred in it. What do you think of this Gibbs-White thing? Do you think, based off, I don't know how much you've seen on Twitter. I don't know if you've been on Twitter. Twitter's not even been fucking working properly. But do you think we're moving on from Gibbs-White, or do you still think we're in the market for him?
So I responded to the poll and said that I think we're going to move on. But if we got rid of enough of our existing midfield, then I could see us going back in for him. But right now, I just feel like it has to be one of him, Cherki, Reinders. You can't get all three and then bring them in and then only get rid of, say, one of the quote unquote unks. You got to be able to make space in the squad for them. And so for me, unless we're able to move people on, I just don't see how we do all of the above.
Well, I think we can move the players on easy. I don't know, man. I feel like if Forest are being pretty tight on the price.
Well, I think that's the other part too. It's like we're not going to play that game. Either you come, you ask for something that's reasonable and we're willing to pay it. But if you're going to try to extort us, we're just going to move on.
What you reckon the max City would pay for Gibbs-White? Chat, what you reckon the max City would pay? I think 70. No more, not a penny more. I don't think City will go over 70 mil. I actually still think that's like overpriced personally. But I think City would go to 70 mil, including all add-ons and that.
Yeah, I probably would have said 70 to 75. So yeah, that's about in that same ballpark. Yeah.
So if they're asking 85, or there has been some rumors that they want 100.
There's no way. There's no way they're going to get 100. I don't understand why.
There's no way they're going to get 100. But like even 85, bro, I don't think City go 8. I think 85 for Gibbs-White is crazy cash.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy cash.
And again, if you're them, why not ask for as much as you can get? And either all City can do is say no, and then you hold on to a player. Now the question is he the mentality? Is he the type of player that's going to be upset and then not be able to perform next season, or is he going to just move on and get on with it? I don't know what kind of player he is, so they're taking that risk if they price him out of a move.
But do you think if we didn't get him, say we get rid of all the see someone say unks is disrespectful. I don't think it's disrespectful. I just think it's a fucking word to describe the older
They're
guys,
all younger than me, so it's no disrespect to any of them. They're all, like I said, if anybody's old, it's me, not them.
No, it's crazy, man. But yeah, the older guys then, if that makes it any better, which I don't think it does. I think they're all gone, So if they all go, right? OAPs, fucking hell. If they all go, do you think we've got enough with Rodri? Because I've been having this chat with me, obviously, Steve, and the chat was having a conversation before you jumped on and said like some of the chat think we do. I don't think we do. I don't think we've got enough players, bro. I think if you get 1 or 2 injuries, I think we're cooked.
So that's assuming we get rid of
all the old guys,
all of them. Yeah. So if you get rid of all the old guys, you have to bring in. Are you assuming that we're bringing in Cherki? We're bringing in Reinders? They're already in the door?
Cherki, Reinders, Nico G, Rodri, Foden.
Yeah, I think we need one more. At least one more, maybe even 2, to be honest with you.
I don't think we've got enough there.
Yeah, I think we need at least one because you said Reinders, Cherki, Foden, Rodri, Nico G. That's 5. Yeah, because you got Rodri and Nico G that can play that holding 6. Of course, Reinders, Nico G, Foden can play that 8, 10. So yeah, I think we probably need at least one more. So we should just sell the academy, Tarek. Senko Pandy. No. This is most likely why the Ederson. Yeah, so I know you've said that you watched Ederson during one of the watch-alongs and he didn't play well at all.
Didn't play well.
Yeah, and I remember you saying that in real time when the match actually happened. So
and it was a number of games as well, bro. It's not like I watched one match. I watched like 4, maybe 5, man. I watched a few in it. A few, man. I was just not moved by him. Like, it's just, nah, I just don't rate him, bro. Honestly, I'd rather buy fucking Ward-Prowse. Honestly.
Wow.
Homegrown as well,
Well, that's fair. The homegrown thing. Great at set pieces.
A set piece master, homegrown.
Yeah, man. And again, I think he'll probably be okay with not playing a lot, being, more spot.
Will Hughes, mate, bossed us, didn't he, for Palace?
I actually, that's not a bad shout as someone that's not going to play very much, but probably could come in relatively cheap and just be an emergency option. Yeah, I'd do that.
No, that's crazy, man. Oi, chat. I need to know what channel this fucking game's on. Flamengo, innit?
Yeah, somebody said Prime for me, but I don't know how to get to it.
We need the Saudis to come in and wrap this fucking sport up, mate. Just get it on DAZN, innit? That's what we need. Here we go. Brazil. Flamengo. What TV channel is this on, man? It's what the fuck is that, mate? Yeah. Global Play. I don't know what that is. I have to try and find it. Anyway, smash these likes up, chat, if you've not done so already, man. It's on Prime Brazil. What's that? Prime Brazil. What is Prime Brazil?
I assumed Prime was like Amazon Prime, but I guess obviously I'm wrong about this.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I need someone to find it on the stick. Maybe I'll go to Argentina instead of Brazil. Anyway, let me do these chats, man. They've been here a while. City extra tweet. Is that fake news?
I've seen you got on this quite a bit recently. Why did the chat do that to you, man?
They just like playing games, isn't it? They're sick.
It's like no respect.
They're sick. Man City have been named as the 5th most valuable team in the world. Why do I care about that, bro? Bro, why do I care about that? I don't care about that, man. Honestly, you guys, man, chill. Right, let me do these chats, man. Dash, I'll do yours last, bro. Big up Ash says our midfield couldn't handle pressing, and it was highlighted by them not being able to win duels and more shots on our goal. Correlates to Big Six record. Oh yeah, the Big Six record. Oh yeah, I was speaking. I don't know if you was listening, but I was speaking about our Big Six record, bro. Because it's really bad.
It's horrible.
Yeah, bro. We've only won 5 out of the last 2 years, which is really, really poor. And I was just wondering, like, what the chat thought about that, why that was the case. Like, what specific, not just like because we shit. Like, what specific reasons? Because we won the league last year and it still wasn't great. So, what was the specific reasons do we have as to why we wasn't winning Big Six games anymore? Because we used to have a good record. So like, what's gone wrong in it? I don't know.
Yeah, I actually don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, obviously we've lost just legs just from age and from time, but outside of just looking at legs, I don't really know what else has changed. And maybe we're not as clinical as maybe we have been in the past. If especially this year, we know if Holland wasn't scoring, there were times we didn't look like we were going to get a goal.
Oh yeah, that's why we desperately needed the signing of Marmoush, because without Marmoush, I think we would have seriously struggled, man, to get top. I've seen some people say we didn't sign Marmoush, we wouldn't have got top 5, and I struggle to disagree with him.
Yeah,
I struggle to disagree with him, bro. Marmoush has got some important goals. Scores goals, man.
I mean, but I think so. I think yes, Marmoush is a big part of that, but I think all 4 of the people that we brought in the in that January window, specifically the 3, Marmoush, Nico G, and Kuzanov, they all played in that kind of that crunch time when we were able to kind of change the trajectory of the second half of the season a little bit. So yes, Marmoush got the goals and he probably played more than anyone else, more consistently throughout the rest of that season. But I think all of them were important in their own way. And I think without making those moves that the club made in the January window, we don't get top 5. So I got to give the club credit where credit is due. They took decisive action. We were able to salvage the top 5 spot. The money that comes with it, the Champions League, the prestige, all of the things that go along with that. So, we give the staff a little bit of grief sometimes, and got to give them credit when they get it right. And I think they got it right in January window.
Yeah, no, I agree. Nah, big up, bro. Big up, Ash. There's another Ash. 2 Ashes. 2-2 Ash. We doubled up massively at City this year, innit? Okay, no.
There you go.
2 Ashes, 2 Edersons, maybe 2 Ryan, 2 Pep, mate, 2 Ashes. Romano said on his pod that PSG postponed talks with Donnarumma over a contract. Said City and Pep is. Oh, is he said it now as well? Oh shit! So it might be true. because I did the stream about this morning because DiMarzio said City are interested in Donnarumma, but we spoke about it on the chat. We were like, probably not going to happen. But Ash is saying that, I used to say it again, apparently Fabrizio said it on his stream as well. No way. Would you take Donnarumma if Ederson left? I would, bro. I'd definitely take him. People saying to me, oh, how would he fit in the City team? Like PSG have not just won the treble.
Exactly.
Bro, what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. There's no doubt in my mind that if Ederson is gone, yes, I would take Donnarumma in a heartbeat. Again, there's other things to think about, the salaries and all the things that go along with it. But if you just ask me about on the pitch, yes, I would take him. Yes, it's different. It's going to be different than Ederson, but it doesn't matter who we bring in. It's going to be different than Ederson. People have their choices or whatever, but I don't think any of them that we bring in, it's going to be different. So, what you're going to get with Donnarumma. He's a good shot stopper. Yes, I would absolutely take him.
Yeah, I'd definitely take him. But I don't know, man. It seems like they don't want to pay him the money, but I thought they was getting Chevalier. I did see United was linked with him, though, Chevalier. And obviously, that Garcia's going.
Chevalier, would you go to United over PSG? Well, I guess if you think Donnarumma's not leaving, then you just come to us. Why would?
But then that would mean then, if that's the case, though, that would surely mean that this is just a pure negotiation tactic, and Donnarumma is definitely going to sign a contract. But he's still not signed a contract, and he's only got a year left on his deal. So, they want to be getting that deal done if they are gonna sign him. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit weird, of a weird situation. He's only 26, bro. How mad is that?
Who's only 26?
Donnarumma.
Really?
Yeah, because he broke into the Milan team when he was 17.
Playing so long, yeah.
Been playing football now 10 years at the top level, and he's only 26.
And as a keeper, he can play forever.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can play nowadays. You can play till 40 quite easily. Like at the top level as well. Like maybe goalkeepers back in the day, they could play till 33, 34, and then they'd go on for till 36, 37, but they'd be at a lower level. Now you could play. I mean, look at Manuel Neuer. I mean, Manuel Neuer's played at Bayern Munich at the top level until he was old. Buffon was playing. I'm pretty sure Buffon was playing at top level till late 30s, 40s. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, he's gonna rack up some serious minutes, man. Some serious minutes. But he's a good shot stopper, man. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I still think that we're gonna get this Costa guy from Porto. I think we get Costa. Unless Ederson doesn't leave, because there's been no links to him leaving. So hopefully he stays, but I still think he'll get off. I think there was too much smoke in the summer.
Well, it would require the Saudis to come back in for him, right? Which we assume they're going to do, but no guarantees, I suppose. But I don't see a world in which he doesn't move on. I just don't see it. As much as I would love for him to stay, I just don't see it. Someone said Costa's on $60K per week, and I think when I read Donnarumma was like on 200 plus. So yeah. I mean that's a big, and I think Ederson was on like 90. Yeah. So
that's if you believe these websites.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So fair. I think it could be cap, man, but like, what else we got to go off? We got nothing else to go off. So I don't know. Hopefully Ederson stays, man. But this is facts as well from Potatoes. This is spot on. If Ederson is staying, I only want him staying. I don't want him staying and say, "Oh, I'm going to stay, but I want to leave next year." Nah. If you're staying, you're committed to my team, mate. You're committed to Manchester City Football Club. Yeah, I'm not having you, because I'm not being funny, mate. I think this has been his worst year as a goalkeeper at Manchester City. Yeah, if you were to rank his seasons, I think this year has been his worst. And that's, for me, is no coincidence that it's come in the year that he actually wanted to leave. You know what I'm saying? So you've got to be.
But he also had some injuries too.
He did, bro. But like, it's the concentration for me.
Yeah,
the concentration has just not been there. I mean, that Feyenoord game, fucking hell, I don't know what was going on, but that's what happens when you're not fully committed and you're not dialed in, and that's cool. It's a learning experience. For me, I'll be real with you right now. Yeah, if I had the option to go back to the summer, I'd have sold Ederson and gone and bought a new goalkeeper. I learned from my mistakes. I don't want to sell Ederson. I don't want him to leave. But if I had the choice to go, if I could go back in time now to last summer, I would have sold him.
Yeah,
because
it was clear he wanted to go.
It's not good. Like, people say, "Oh, well, Bernardo's done it." Bernardo is different for an outfield player. Come on, man. You know that. An outfield player is running around for 90 minutes. He's getting on the ball. He's not thinking about it. Ederson stands there most games for 60 minutes, just stood there doing nothing. Yeah? Because he just stood there. That's what you do in Manchester City goalkeeper. And he's not dialed in. He's probably thinking about, okay, where's he going to live in Saudi Arabia? How much money is he going to get paid? What house is he going to buy? What car is he going to buy? He's not dialed in. He's not locked in. Different for outfield players, man. They're active every 2 minutes. They're touching the ball. They're getting stuck in. So for me, yeah, I think, again, it's a learning experience. And again, this season is the season of learning. But I would have probably sold him, man. I'll be real.
I think I've said this on here before, but in the summer, last summer, during the preseason tour here in the States, I was at the match in Ohio. I think it was the last one. And they had been rotating the keepers in each match. So it had been Ortega, it had been Ederson, Ortega, Ederson. And it was based on the way they had been playing. It was, supposed to be an Ederson start. And he never came out of the quote unquote locker room to kind of get warmed up in the beginning of the match. I thought he was gone that night. I thought it was over with. And he eventually came out, didn't warm up or anything. He just was on the pitch. But I thought that he was gone then. And to your point, if you're not going to be locked in, yeah, I think you'd be better off selling him and going and getting the player that you want. I just don't know what any of these other keepers bring. I don't, quite honestly, I pay attention to City, and everybody else is just secondary. But so I don't know what these other keepers, Costa or Chevalier. I hear everybody talking about them. I can read what's online or whatever, but I haven't really paid attention to them. So it's kind of really hard to say. But we gotta find someone, because when is his contract up?
Ederson next year.
So even if he stays this year,
gone anyway.
He's gonna be gone on a free.
Yeah.
Which might be what they're hoping for. At this point, we didn't get you last season, so now we just wait until you come on a free.
Yeah, but at the same time, bro, like, how much is it going to cost this summer to get Ederson out of the football club? 15 mil?
Yeah, I mean, 15, 20. At this point, you just take what you can get, because he's not here for the long term.
Exactly, 15 million. That's straight profit, by the way, PSR-wise. Yeah.
Because he's been here long enough.
He's been here long enough. He's got zero value. 15 million straight profit. You go to Porto, you buy Costa, obviously risky, obviously Bozo, whatever. We buy him for what, 40, 50 mil. Yeah, but you just take the 15, put that on there. It's costing you about 30 mil. That's what we paid for Ederson 8 years ago.
With. Yeah.
So, you just got to hope that it's Ederson. The thing is with Costa, right, is like, I think Costa is a good goalkeeper from what I've seen. Like, I compared the stats this morning. I don't know if you've seen it, but I compared the stats this morning. Like, he's actually a better shot stopper than Ederson. And his passing stats are not too bad either. It's just that he's got these bozo moments. However, Ederson's got bozo moments, isn't it? Like,
I was going to say, if you ask most of our fan base, they would say Ederson has those as well. Yeah. Now, the question is, more, less, just different? I don't know. You're going to get more bozos, less bozos, or just different bozos? Who knows?
Yeah, no, facts. It's funny this year. I can't find this Flamengo game anywhere. So I've just got this random Brazilian second tier game on. I have no idea who's playing. If anyone in the chat's Brazilian, yeah, it's called AC. I look at them as well. They're going mad, the fans. It's ACG are winning 1-0 against GOI. I have no idea who I'm watching, but they just scored. But yeah, it's mad. It's so mad, bro. It's like when you've got this device, yeah, you can just watch any football around the world. It's crazy. Anyway, smash these likes up, guys, if you've not done so already. Let me come to some more of these chats, man. My bad on slowness. Big up MCFC says LB Fabrizio on Men in Blazers video has said Pep is a fan of Donnarumma. He might not extend. Have I read that? I think I might have read that. But yeah, we obviously spoke about that. I'm pretty sure I just read that super chat out. Or you said the same thing as someone else. But yeah, we'll see it. We'll see. I still think we might be being used, bro, for a contract, but we'll see. Why would we sign Morgan Gibbs-White for 70 million when we have O'Reilly? Give him 1 year in midfield and he reach way higher levels. So, bro, I'm cool doing that. Yeah, and you're cool doing that. But if Pep ain't cool doing that, and he's going to revert to be playing Gundogan in there when he's got an injury or something, then that's my problem. It's like, this is why for me, I think the older guys need to leave, is because like we've got to get with the times, man. I'm completely with you, bro. 100%. I'm happy for that position to be Nico O'Reilly and give him a chance. But I'm not happy with him being that guy if we're going to keep the old guys here, because with all due respect, man, you know for a fact that as soon as Nico G gets injured or Tijani Reinders get injured, he'll put Kovacic in there or Gundo. So if you let them guys go and trust O'Reilly, 100% with you, bro. 100%. You agree?
Yeah, you have to get rid of them. Otherwise, he will defer to those guys.
He just will.
That's going to be who he's going to lean on.
He just will, bro. That's just the facts.
It's just a matter of trust. He trusts them. Right, wrong, or indifferent, he does,
correct.
And that's what he's going to lean on.
Exactly. It's not wrong. It's not right. Who knows what it is? Yeah, but like I'm just saying, my opinion. Yeah, which seems to be shared with you and with Tariq and quite a lot of people in this chat, is that I'm happy with that being the case, but only if we're being serious with it. And he is a serious member. But yeah, big up for the super chat, man. Big up to Frauda Daddy. Says, what about homegrown quota? We're chilling on that, bro. We're chilling on the homegrown quota. Yeah, I've done the maths on it. Don't worry about it, man. Homegrown's chilling. Now, you might want to go and full send a Livramento, yeah, to try and get him out of Newcastle, but you're going to have to pay big cash. I'd be more willing to pay big cash for him because, like, he's 22 and he's pretty solid, and you could have him now for the next, 10 years, maybe more. But it's going to cost you 70 million. It's going to cost you 70 million. And my question is, you'd pay what? 70 million for, City are apparently pulling out the deal. Well, maybe. Well, Fabrizio's saying City think Morgan Gibbs-White's too expensive. And so we assume that's about 75, 80 million, maybe a bit more. So what you're telling me that you won't pay that for a guy that got 20 goal involvements this year for Forest, but will go and spend 75 on Livramento? Really? I'm not sure we would.
You would think that the midfield position would be where you'd spend more money than, say, a outside back. But if the need is greater in that right back position, maybe. But I'm with you. This is me trying to play devil's advocate and trying to rationalize why we would do it. Reality is, if you ask me, no, I don't think we would pay that much money for Livramento and be like, oh, we're not going to pay that for a midfielder, whether it's Morgan Gibbs-White or anybody else for that matter.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, bro. It don't make sense, does it really? Unless you just think Livramento's that good that you'll pay the cash. But yeah, it seems a bit weird. What's this? R15. What does that mean? R15
plus I have no idea what R15 is.
R15 plus academy players shining elsewhere. Use academy. R15. What does that mean? R15. R15. I don't know what that is. Chat, what's that mean? R15.
I guess it's just saying that Ronaldo 15. I was like, yeah, I don't know what that means. If we were saying we have 15 plus academy players that are shining elsewhere, yeah, I would say we I don't know, we haven't done the math, but I'm sure we could probably get close to 15. Our 15. Yeah, okay.
So you're saying have 15 players,
we've got our academy has produced 15 players that other teams are being able to benefit from, and we're not. Whether it be the Cole Palmers, the Delaps, all of these people that we could point to and say, hey, all of these players that are out there, we didn't give them an opportunity, or an opportunity just didn't exist while they were with us. The Morgan Rogers of the world. There wasn't an opportunity at the time. Now, again, we're in a different position today than we were when some of these players were coming through. So it is what it is. But historically, yeah, we've seen that there just hasn't been space and opportunities for some of these younger academy kids to get opportunities.
Yeah. Nah, facts. Like, that's just one of them things, isn't it? Like, you can't. It's just, we spoke about this the other day. Like, you're gonna have a situation, yeah, where unfortunately you are gonna have to sell some of these academy players, and some of them academy players you're not gonna want to sell. But that's just what you have to do, man. That's just what you have to do. So that's just a fact. But at the end of the day, how many of those players realistically, yeah, would you have played? So like the wingers, would you have sold Mahrez to play Sancho? No.
Right.
Would you have sold Diaz to keep Tosin Adarbayaro? No. That's just the facts. The only player that we fucked up on, in my opinion, is Palmer. That's it. Everybody else, not a major issue for me. Not a major issue. That's just the facts. So, yeah, is what it is.
And again, it's
a
one of those things
machine,
where,
man.
yeah, we can recognize the talent, we can recognize the ability, and we just need, it's one of those things where Foden was willing to wait those extra couple years. It's hard to get all these other players to wait 2 more years. That's usually probably all it will take is about 2 years just to give, but they gotta play to be able to get those.
But you know what's happened now, Tarek? You know what's happened? You know what's changed now from 20 years ago? A lot of clubs around Europe are willing to play these 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds now.
Which is why Dortmund has always been, they get these players in really young, they come in, they do well, and then they sell them for, 60, 70, 80 million when they got them for 5.
Bro, I'm not being funny here, but like, a lot of City fans, a lot of City fans was cooking Sancho when he left, right? And I know that maybe he didn't leave in the best circumstances or whatever, but anyone that didn't understand why he didn't leave, like, what are you doing? City offered him big cash, but City didn't guarantee him any minutes, and he wouldn't have played that many minutes. He got a phone call from Dortmund who said, come to Dortmund, mate, Bundesliga, one of the biggest clubs in Germany, you're going to play every game from the rip, and then we will sell you in 2 years because we're not asked about winning. We just want to make profit, because that's basically what they're doing now.
It's a proven pathway for young players to come through. You can't argue it, even if you don't like it. It sucks as a City fan to see our young players go like that. But if you look at it from their perspective, you're like, okay, I get it. Which is why Foden staying is such on one hand, it's like a breath of fresh air, because you got someone who was willing to just trust Pep. I'm going to stay even when it makes sense for me to go someplace else, but I'm going to stay. I'm going to trust Pep. And it came good. Again, can you get all these players to just wait and trust Pep? You got a McAtee who was in and out, and then now we're at a place where we're like, I don't think you're going to make it.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things, right? One, Foden was a diehard City fan coming through, and I know some of them have been City fans, but he's a diehard City fan. Fair. And I think at that point when he was coming through, I do think there was a little bit of pressure on the football club at that time to try and get an academy player into the team, because we've not really had one, like a proper one, that come through. Since then, you've had a couple, right? But I just feel that, like, for me, this is why I've said if I was Nico O'Reilly, I'd leave. I would leave if I was Nico O'Reilly, Tarek, because he's not going to play week in, week out next year. He might get some. If he gets Morgan Gibbs-White, bro, when's he going to play? He'll be back up left back. He ain't playing over Ait-Nouri that much. He'll be 4th, 5th choice midfielder. He ain't going to play that many games. When's he going to play? He's not going to play that many games. If I was him, I would leave. I don't want him to leave. And sometimes the chat can misunderstand what I'm saying. I don't want him to leave. I'm saying if I was him, I would leave, because he could walk in. He could go Germany and go to 14 teams in that league and just start week in, week out. And then next year or the year after, it could be sold, just like Sancho, back to the Prem. You don't even have to go Germany. Cole Palmer went straight to Chelsea and started bossing it. You could skip the Germany trip now as well if you want. You're telling me if he says to Brighton, you're Brighton, you're going to play me if I could. They'll say, yeah, we'll play you. You could go Brighton, start playing for Brighton. 2 years later, sold back to a Big Six team. Boom. But the thing is, it's up to the player. So Foden was happy to wait a little bit longer, and he trusted Pep, and obviously, I think he probably had some guarantees from Pep and the club that, like, we are going to seriously try and get you in the team. He was obviously happy. Some players, they want to play right now. Remember, what people forget is as well, right, is that football's a short career, mate. You break through at 18, which most of these players are doing, breaking through at 18. You've got 12, 13 years. And by the way, a lot of these players, they're done by the time they're 25, 26 anyway nowadays, some of these players. So you've got anywhere between 8 years and 12 years at the top level from your 18th birthday. Yeah, and then that's it. Your career is done. Done. Finished. So what? You want to just sit down on the bench for 2 years, fucking begging, oh, please get me in the team, please? Nah, I'll go Germany, mate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which is why Nico O'Reilly getting as much playing time at the end of the season as he did was important, because we found ways to get him on the pitch, but we know that we're not playing him in his preferred or even best position. So at some point, he's going to want to play in that midfield role, unless he accepts, I'm just going to become a left back, which I don't think that's going to happen. We've got to get him opportunities in midfield. And, you know, you guys, I actually have a kid. How old is Nico O'Reilly? He's like 19, right?
I think he's 19. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a kid that's 20, man. If you ask me what I'm going to tell my kid, as much as I love City, I'm going to tell my kid to go play.
Mm-hmm.
I can't blame them. So I'm with you. If I were Nico O'Reilly or his parents or whatever, I would say, go get the game time. But I also know, as a City fan, I want him to hang around. I want him to get opportunities. And I think if we get rid of a lot of these quote unquote unks, or whatever we want to call them, the older midfielders that, you know, are moving on, if we get rid of them, we open up that space. I think if we gave him some minutes in midfield, even if he was playing primarily as, say, a backup left back, but also was able to play in midfield on occasions, you know, in cup matches or whatever, I think that would be, again, he just needs to show progress and show continued opportunities. But yeah, getting an opportunity. We've gone recently where we've started selling players as opposed to loans. Like McAtee went to what
He went Sheffield United.
Sheffield United. Yeah. Was that really helpful for him? He got minutes.
I think the first year was, but the second year, I disagree with people who say he should have gone. I think that was a bad move, going Sheffield United in the second year.
Yeah, he needed minutes in his legs, and he needed the opportunity, just the experience. But at some point, you got to be playing in a system that's going to be allow you to actually play.
Facts. But one of the problems that you've got is, and again, this is another unintended consequence and a bad situation because of PSR, is that clubs are forced to sell these players, and they're incentivized to sell the players. Yeah. Another stupid freaking, you know, thing that's come from the PSR rules chat, isn't it? Because teams need money. So teams go, oh, how can we get money quickly? Oh, well, we need to find players that have no book value. Oh, so you mean like players that have been here ages, who typically then are either mint, which you don't want to sell, or old players who have no value. Oh, guess what's worth money? Young players. Oh, basically the academy. So this is why you've got to look at the you know, the academy sometimes, just be like, it's shit at times, because I'm a big fan of the academy, and obviously you want to see players coming in from the academy, but sometimes you just got to accept that, like, it is what it is. Like, it's just going to be shit sometimes.
I think that's the key. If you change how you think about it and you see it as a, and I hate to say this, but if you see it as a money-making function, then you're less frustrated about it, because hey, it's doing its job. We're producing players that we can then turn around. If they don't make it at this level, we can turn around and sell for a good profit that just funds the next opportunity, funds the next thing, or funds the next, you know, big player that we're trying to bring in, at least partially. So not every player is going to make it. We shouldn't even expect every player to make it, but when if you pay attention to the academy, if you're Danny, who, you know, is always watching these academy matches, knows these players in and out, I'm sure you want to see them break through. If you're from the area and these kids are from the area, I'm sure you want to see them break through. But the reality is, it's not realistic for everyone to come through. And we have to be okay with that and understand that some of them will go on to pretty good things.
Yeah. Why we're selling him? Because it's £10 million profit. We're going to sell this guy for 10 million quid. Yeah, we bought him for £1 million a year ago. That's 10 million quid like that. Bang. Bang, done.
And do you think they get a sell-on clause?
Yeah, 10 million quid, 25% sell-on.
Yeah.
Yeah, £40 million buyback. See you later. You covered yourself, haven't you? You covered yourself. You're chilling. It turns out to be a fucking worldie who bags every single week. Yeah, you buy him back for 40 million. Yeah, the club makes £30 million profit. You sold him to and bought him back. They're happy. He turns out to be good, but not good enough for you. You got 25% sell on. He gets sold for 40 million. Yeah, you make another 8. Yeah, so you've made 18 million quid. So this is why people need to add the fees up, man. So when City sell these academy players, yeah. So like when they sold Lavia, they sold Lavia for about 12 million, I think, right? And then they had a 20% sell-on clause, I believe. So they actually made about 20 million quid on a guy that hardly played for us. I think he played like 1 game or something. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, dude, that's how you make the money, man. That's how you make your money. And then
I wanted to see
I don't
Lavia
care
come
so long
through.
as you buy players through. But then when you have a summer like we just had and you don't buy anyone, that's when City fans are like, yo, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I wanted to see Lavia come through, but even if he does, there's no guarantee he stays healthy. Look what we're seeing with him at Chelsea. He can't stay on the pitch. So at least we got 20 million for a player that there was no guarantees to begin with.
Yeah, no, facts, bro. Look at this. Yo, big up, who just tagged me in that? It's facts, thanking people. Yo, big up MCFC treble, yeah? I don't know if you're in the stream. Oh, yo, check this guy out, yeah? You need to tell me if you rate this guy, Tarek, yeah? Because I think he's a baller. Look at this. Present screen. All right, chat, look at this, man. Tell me that this guy's not absolute filthy work, mate. Look at this, yeah? Bang. See you later. Oh, bro, you see that then? You see that then? You see that then?
So who this is This is
Ait Nori.
Ait Nori? Yeah.
I think it's Ait Nori. Is this Ait Nori? Yeah, it's Ait Nori, isn't it? Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, this is Ait Nori.
Yeah, Ryan Ait Nori. Yeah. And again,
so sick,
we're gonna have that on our as a left back. Come on, man.
Yeah. I can't wait, man. Get him in the team, yeah. Get Ryan Cherki in the team. It's gonna be crazy. Anyway, let me finish off these super chats, bro. Shout out City Star says reason Big Six plays are completely different from what they play against everybody else. Notice that we are everyone's main rival. They try harder against us only. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, but at the same time, bro, they've done that for years, and our record has deteriorated last season and this season. It weren't that bad the year before. It weren't that bad the year before that. So that is obviously a factor, but that wasn't one of the reasons as to why it was, because we were good 2-3 years ago.
You said we won 5 out of
I did the maths, yeah. Listen, it might be 6, it might be 4, but like I did it pretty quickly. But yeah, I counted 5 wins against the Big Six in the last 2 years.
So that's home and away.
Home and away.
12, 24 matches. So 5 out of 24. So basically 1 out of 4. 25%. Yeah, we need to be at least 50% of the time. We should be winning those matches, right? It's give or take. When we were at our best, we were above that.
You've got to be going
winning
in
6 out of 10.
Yeah, you got to be winning 5. You got to be winning at least half of them, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Or close to half of them, mate. 1 in 4 is crazy work, mate.
Yeah, that's not good enough. It's got to be at least to getting closer. If you're going, 6 out of 10 to me is where we need to be. 60% of the time, we're beating the top 6 teams. Yeah, that's where I would want us to be.
Yeah, no, facts. Big up City Star. Big up Dash as well, man. Sorry, bro. I wanted to save it to the end of it. RIP to Lifelong Blue Shares. Also, recently, I've been slacking as mod due to personal stuff. So, big up. Nah, don't worry about that, bro. Honestly, don't worry about that, bro. Yeah, you just deal with you in it. Yeah, but big up to you, bro. And yeah, rest in peace to Shares, big City fan. There's been a lot of stuff on Twitter today, like people giving their stories and that. I mean, big City fan. Going to a lot of the games, man. So yeah, big up to you, Dash, for putting that in, man. I was meant to freaking mention it at the start. I forgot, bro. My bad, innit? So yeah, big up for reminding me. Yeah, RIP in it. Get some RIPs in the chat. There's a lot of stuff on Twitter, man. It's a big blue. A lot of City fans know of him, and yeah, sad situation, man. So yeah, big up Dash, and yeah, don't worry about your personal shit, bro. Like you just do you get yourself sorted in it, bro. Don't worry about it, man. Just don't worry about it, bro. Yeah, we got mods here, bro. So you need to take some time in it. But yeah, big up to you, man. Right, I'm gonna wrap it up soon, bro. So yeah, anything else you wanted to talk about, bro?
Nah, man, I just wanted to jump on. Always good to be with you. So I saw that you were on. So like, yeah, let me get on.
Nah,
really
sound,
have
man,
nothing.
sound. How was your show the other day? Bro, I was fucking knackered on that show, man. My bad if my energy was low in it.
Nah, you know what? I think that was Thursday. I had just gotten back like Tuesday. I've been sick since then. So I actually was telling them my energy was kind of low to begin with. But no, it was a good show. We had a couple. Well, one of the guests couldn't make it, so we had some Newcastle Newcastle supporter on. So we were just talking about that, talking about Livermento, and very very high on Livermento. Do not want to lose him, which is of course that's what you want. If you're going to go after a player, you want a player that the team that he's on currently don't want to lose. It was the same. We had a AC Milan fan on earlier as one of our guests earlier in the season. And we were talking about Reinders, and he was like, I'll give you Theo Hernandez if you just leave Reinders alone. That's he rated Reinders really high.
Bro, their fans were protesting, bro.
Yeah.
They didn't want him gone. They had a sign saying, "Get your hands off Reinders."
Yeah, they were like, you can have Theo Hernandez. I don't care, but just leave Reinders. And that said to me that we're going after the right player. We're going after the right one. And so what do I think about Cherki? I see you, Walter, in the chat. What do I think about Cherki? I mean, I think Cherki, again, have I seen a lot of matches where he's played? No, but everything that I've seen, the compilations and all those things has been really, he's just looking at the numbers, super creative. Will be. I saw a chart, right, where I think it was progressive carries or whatever it is, and he's up in this right hand corner with the Messis and the KDBs of the world, right? So he has all the potential in the world, but we also know that Pep has high expectations for anyone that's going to be in this squad, and so
apparently Pep said like he wants him. Apparently Pep's spoken to Cherki. He's like, I want you, like you coming in. I want you to join.
See, and if that's the case, man, I think he's gonna cook for us. And it's one of those things where hindsight is 2020. If you look back and say, well, we're not gonna get Verts, but we're gonna get Cherki for a fraction of the price, I think okay. But when you're going through it in the moment and you see that, hey, we may not get Verts, all you can see is like, oh, we're gonna miss out on this player. But you don't know, though, like Khaldun said, they've got a clear number one option and a clear number two option, and they're ready to make moves. And so if we're not going to get Verts, okay, boom, we know what's next. And so, in the moment, it's frustrating, but you got to just learn to trust the club, trust Cherki and Viana and all those guys, because they do know what they're doing, even if we don't always see the vision in the moment. So yeah, it's exciting times if we actually do. And I keep saying if, because until he's holding up the shirt, I won't get too happy about it. I won't count my chickens too soon. But I think he's got all the talent. Talking about his first touch. I mean, it's kind of Mahrez-esque, right? He's
yeah, bro.
Great,
someone tagged me in a clip before, yeah. And the ball's in the air, yeah, and it's coming straight down, right? And the control is crazy, man. It's crazy.
Mahrez's first touch was the best. I mean, again, I haven't followed the sport as long as many of you, but his first touch is amazing. So if we get anywhere close to that, that's anybody that's got that kind of talent, man, super techie. Let's just. Yeah,
no, that's facts. That is 100% facts. That Mahrez has one of the best first touches in the game of all time.
Yeah,
is it the best? I don't know, but it's up there. Like
it's
one of the
gotta
best.
Be up there.
100%, mate. 100%. You know what? For me, yeah, I thought one of the most difficult skills, yeah, that you can do is when the ball's coming at you from the side. Yeah, everyone's played football, not talking about the ball's coming at you from the side. The ball's coming down at your feet, and as it gets to the foot, the outside of your foot, yeah, the ball's coming down.
Trying to trap it, yeah.
You you don't trap it. Nah, you harder than that. You then knock the ball with your outside of the foot sideways, and then you run onto it, bro. But that touch has to be so delicate, because if it's too far, you've lost control, and if it's not enough, the ball gets stuck under your foot. You've trapped the ball.
If it's too far, you're Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah, bro, and the way that he did that, Mahrez, all the time, the ball would just come down to him, and he just knocked the ball on his left foot. And I'm like, how the hell is he doing that, bro? That's crazy. That's such a hard skill. Like people don't understand. That's such a difficult skill to do. Trapping the ball's not that difficult, man. Like the ball's coming down. Like yeah, you can trap the ball, but you're what you're doing there. You're taking a ball and you're just deading the ball on a trap ball. Yeah, that's not that difficult. It's still difficult, but not
But
that
to touch it into
right?
space, touch it in the direction you're trying to go.
Yeah, to move the ball. You've got to dead the power on the ball, because like I say, if you don't, the ball's going to go away from you, you'll lose possession. You could just dead them. You could like take the power off the ball and then just go onto it. Oh my days! I've never seen a guy do that before, man. He was unbelievable, mate.
Ichigo in the chat talked about Foden, and I was going to say I think Foden's first touch is really good as well. Again, I focus on City players, so again, that is not to say that he's the best or whatever, but I rate Foden's first touch very highly as well.
Yeah, that's crazy. Tyler said, he's tagged me. I've seen it, bro. That's weird, bro. I can't lie.
a chant. So I will tell you, one of the things that was, so watching the matches on TV. Okay, so let's see. I like them.
I'm not. You can sing it if you want.
I'm not going to.
I'm not going to sing that, bro. I can't lie.
I am not. This is a setup. No, you're not going to get me. But watching on TV, right, and then being in person, you realize how many of like the chants you don't know, the songs you don't know because they're relatively new or whatever. So, and then, and this is going to sound crazy, but when you're in the moment, you're at the match and you're listening and you're like, okay, what are they saying? The accent, I'm trying to understand what they're saying, and it's like I can't understand it. So I had to come back home and look it up or whatever. So yeah, it was there were quite a few of them that I just knew, but then there's a couple that I just didn't know. Was he benched, or somebody said he wasn't even on the?
No, he was benched.
Okay,
I've seen it on the. They did like a Twitter post. He was on the bench. So yeah.
Someone said they knew every song before going to the stadium. So like the song that they sang the most while in this Fulham match was about United. It was there's only one. Ryan Cherki, is it good or no? The one that they sang the most was about United. It was Ruben Amorim never going to win again.
Yeah, because that's because United did that.
Yeah,
they did that stupid fucking flag that backfired, didn't they?
Yeah, so I didn't know what they were saying. I had to like listen and learn. Okay, that's what they're saying. Okay. So yeah, but it was a great time all along. I had a great time.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, bro. You should go to a home game next. I mean, it's completely different.
That is ultimately what I'm, looking forward to. This just so happened I needed to be in London anyway for my kid. And it just worked out that we were away. The last match of the season was away. Okay, can I get there? But yeah, I will be back. I think on our stream on Shades of Blue, we're like, hey, can we just go ahead and put a trip together? Because we've done like meetups in Chicago, because I'm in the Midwest, Crunk is in the Midwest, Tom is in the Midwest. So we've met up in Chicago and did a watch along, or we went to watch on TV with Chicago supporters group or whatever, right? So we've done stuff like that. We went to the preseason matches together down in North Carolina. So our next thing is to try to get everybody together so we can go over to come over to Manchester. But I will definitely be back. I already told the wife that. She's accepted it. So now I just got to start putting some money aside so I can make it. But I tried to get you over to the States.
Yeah.
Get you to come over.
Oh, no, I will come over, man. Innit? You know what I mean? Just I'll come over at some point, man. I think yeah, maybe not next year, maybe the year after. Maybe I'll come over in it, but yeah, we'll see anyway. Yeah, vlog B. Nah, big up, man. Listen, guys, we're gonna wrap it up there. Big up to you guys, man, for locking in. Make sure you guys smash these likes up as well, man. So we get to 600 likes before we go. I'm gonna redirect you to Potsy's live. So yeah, I'll redirect you over there. What day is it tomorrow? Monday. I need to message Nobbins. I need to message him back anyway. Message people. I need to message Nobbins, see if we get an Elbins episode tomorrow. I don't know if he's available. But yeah, man, big up to you guys. Shout out to Steve for jumping on before. Yeah, big up Tarek. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Shades of Blue YouTube channel, man. You know what I mean? Especially if like you're American or you're up at 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? That'd be it'd be good for you, innit? You know what I'm saying? Get on that one. But yeah, man, big up for jumping on, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me. Big up, chat.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. Nah, big up, man. Right, I'm gonna redirect you to what's it called? To Potsy. And I want you to raid and put 5 years. Yeah, spam 5 years in his chat, yeah, because Arsenal haven't won a trophy for 5 years. Get in his chat now. I'm gonna raid his stream, and spam 5 years in his chat, yeah. 5 years. Let's wind him up. Big up, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.